Not gonna get me.
Got him. I could have got you if I hadn't told you.
I know your schemes. You got to get better at them.
I guess. All right, y'all. First of all, sorry for like if I start burping or something. My back hurt from like acid reflux, so I do apologize in advance. But welcome to Cameos. I am Samson. With me, I have Yos Rambling, and we are
Hit me with the me no black.
exactly. And I'm gonna just first of all later we're gonna talk about Spider Man. Full spoilers. So if you haven't seen it, we'll like give you a warning before we get into it.
We
So
should
don't
break it up.
worry. No, I told
Like
I'm
have,
not I'm not Sean. I'm not doing
let's
that.
let's have the first half be just like our
I'm not.
general opinions, and then after the second half, then it's like
Oh,
if
that's
you
what you
still
mean.
stay, yeah. So it's like
Oh,
we'll have the
okay.
spoiler part, but like
All right.
let's give like a general overview so our audience knows.
I
You
thought you
know,
meant you wanted me to edit this video, and I'm not finna do that ever.
I would never ever repress myself when it comes to spoilers. You know, I can not
That's
shut up.
fine.
It's in the name.
All right, so we'll do like general thoughts on how we thought the movie was. You'll see this quote from the title of this episode or this Twitch episode because it'll probably change later. But that's one of our opinions. So, yeah, and then we'll get into the spoilers with the spoiler warning. But let's start off with the food. We got a lot of food news. Food's
Yeah.
actually very excited. You should see him in our chats. So go ahead.
That's not the best segue because if he's excited about this, I would advise him to seek therapy.
He's very
Um,
excited about it. I
eBay
promise
will
you.
pay $56 million to a couple who were sent live roaches, spiders, a fetal pig, a funeral wreath, and a bloody pig mask by eBay staff. The couple had been critical of the
Th-
marketplace or their eBay.
That's not food. That's just
I
random.
mean,
I
anything
thought
is
you.
food if you chew hungry.
No, I thought you were gonna start with food. That's just weird though. I don't know why they're doing that. That couple definitely deserves all the money. So
So who put
good for
this
them.
in the food news chat? I know it's not food, but I
No, that's
figured
just
there
in
was some.
the. It's just random stuff. It's a bunch of random stuff in that chat.
This is entrapment, and y'all set me up for failure.
I'm sorry.
Costco has launched a vanilla cookie crunch sundae at some locations. It's made with vanilla soft serve ice cream, chocolate syrup, and Oreo like cookie crumbles, and it costs $2.99. Costco stay winning, always for the people.
Always for the diabetes too. You definitely getting diabetes if you eat that.
When
I
it,
saw it. It looked good.
it's cost effective diabetes. It's diabetes on a budget, which I can respect, especially in this economy. Speaking of more diabetes that I'll probably be a victim of, because this I can't say it's appetizing, but it's intriguing. Portillo's is releasing a Dr. Pepper shake. Um,
uh-huh.
got creamy,
Lemon
rich Dr.
time.
Pepper flavor in every sip, with a slice of chocolate cake, little extra indulgences, and ice cream.
I'm trying to figure out where are Portillos.
I don't know. I'm kind of like
No, so this it's a
Ron
U.S.
Burgundy.
Ooh, sorry, that actually hurt. It's a U.S. chain.
Oh, we got some support from the chat. Chicago.
Oh, thank you. Because I didn't know uh where they were.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm like Ron Burgundy. I just read whatever y'all put in the chat. Um, let's see. KFC and Oreo are teaming up to release a fried chicken flavored cookie.
Sorry, I forgot.
I
Actually, this is not in America. Oh,
Yeah, I
so
know.
you? Oh, actually, no. If Portillo's is famous for their chocolate cake shake, imagine a Dr Pepper combined with a chocolate cake shake.
That's either going to be
Imagine the
delicious
diarrhea
or
it will create when it comes
that's what I
out.
was gonna say. It's either going to be delicious or it's going to ruin me gastrointestinally. But
Oh, as I
I
laugh,
don't
my
know.
back hurts.
Can you only get it in Chicago? In which case, it's just going to remain a mystery to me.
No, I think that's the only. That's the only place. I knew it was in the U.S. I
Uh,
didn't know where. So thank you, Miss Luna, for telling us where.
Gotcha.
And
But
then as
yeah,
far as that, the KFC Oreo joint, I think it's not in America. That one definitely is not in America.
yeah, it's in Japan.
Is that Japan?
I'm
I thought
trying
it
to
was
figure.
China.
Is it China?
I feel like it's
You're
China.
correct. Oh yeah, it's China. It's China.
I be knowing, man. It's always China. China always be doing something borderline racist. Like if they had more black people there, like, all right, this is insulting. You don't need to be doing that.
There's maybe 12 of us collectively across the entire country.
Hmm.
They
And
should ask somebody next time
Stephon
when we do some
Marbury
shit.
is the leader.
Stephon Marbury is like an idol.
I feel like he asked for
Like he's their Michael Jordan.
he probably asked for it. He's like, man, what if he's probably in a meeting like, man, I wish I could combine Oreos and fried chicken as my two loves. And then they said, you know what? We're gonna do that for you.
I was hoping black people wouldn't be responsible or held accountable for this in any sort of way, but alas, that's the way it seems like it turned out. Um, this new, oh yeah, they're releasing Pepsi body care line for people who want to smell like soda.
Mhm.
So body scrub, cologne, um, Pepsi vanilla body scrub, Pepsi wild cherry body wash. I can read. I'm just a little stunned right now, so I'm kind of
Mhm.
working my way through this.
It is
Um,
weird,
yeah, yeah,
but all right,
something for
whatever.
everybody.
Yeah, do you? I never want to smell like Pepsi. I like Pepsi, but I don't want to smell like it. So
No, not even close. Let's see what else we have. Spotify is rolling out age verification for its users in the UK for age-restricted content, including some explicit music
wait,
and
what happened?
18
Whoa,
plus.
hold on, whoa. There's more food. Don't get
Well,
don't you skip the Arby's.
I feel like you setting up our viewers for hypertension in the
We
immediate future.
need people need to know that Arby's has a new Buffalo Ranch chicken sandwich that they need to go try, along with
But
the cheesesteak, the Philly cheesesteak at Arby's. Go and try it. Let us know how it
best of luck.
is.
Can we just have like we should toss in just like one nutritious thing, like just because at this point
Nah,
we're about to just have
that's
an
what'll kill
army
you.
of. You talking about the lettuce with the diarrhea bug that
Yeah,
was
that'll
going
kill
around?
you. It's still going around, and it's on fruit too. It's on everything.
I'm blaming RFK Jr. for that in particular
Yeah,
because
blame them.
gotta be somehow.
That's why we don't talk about healthy food.
Do we have any more food news? Preferably one that won't result in mass obesity among our fans, all 12 of them.
Nah, there's a thing called Tootsie Hoots. It's like the center, just the center of the Tootsie Roll Pop.
Isn't that just a Tootsie Roll? Yeah,
Nah, remember the pop, and then
the Tootsie Roll Pop that had the Tootsie Roll inside of the candy
yeah, but
casing.
imagine it with like a layer of hard candy around it, so it's just quicker to get to.
So it's like a more chewable hard candy around the Tootsie Roll.
Yeah, so you don't got a one, a two, a three. If y'all for those that are too young, there used to be a commercial where the owl would like lick the Tootsie Roll Pop 3 times and he'll bite it, and the tagline was how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Roll Pop, which is great advertising because I clearly still remember it 30 plus years after it aired. So
No.
all right,
Did the
now
people who
my bad.
it's just a random thought. I don't know if you would know this, but did the people who animated that commercial did they also animate Schoolhouse Rock? Because I feel like the art style was very similar.
Yeah, I feel like it. Yeah, probably.
Gotcha.
I love Squash Rock
Surround.
too. That's another one of mine.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
But yeah, age verification is coming to Spotify. So if you try to play any explicit songs or age restricted content, Spotify will pause playback until you verify your age. How they plan
Yes.
on doing this? Everyone knows my thoughts on my concerns about this by now. I don't think you should have to scan your license or any personal idea into an app to listen to basic content. Like I understand when it comes to obviously like pornography, but this is music. Like,
Mm.
are we really like gatekeeping explicit music to like this extent? Like, and if they don't listen to it here, they're gonna listen to it elsewhere. They're gonna find it on YouTube, which doesn't have age restricting content yet, because I feel like this is just slowly spreading until eventually it's just gonna be the industry standard.
I mean, they used to do it. That's what that was the whole point of the parental advisory tag.
Hmm.
Like you used to not be able to just buy things with the tag. I don't know when
Yeah.
that like changed, right? Even like when you used, well, maybe you still need to have an adult with you to see an R-rated movie. But yeah, I don't like. I understand it. Again, I feel like it should be. It's up to the parents. Like you gotta monitor that. And I think
Hmm.
like any consequence should just fall on the parents. Like you just put it in there. If they catch you, they fine you. But also,
Hmm.
this is specifically for the UK. So
Gotcha.
yeah, we'll see if it actually makes it over here. So I had to go check because I knew it wasn't like everywhere. I knew it was one specific place. I just couldn't remember where.
Hmm.
So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah. Fun fact: the reason why that explicit tag appeared on music was because of Uncle Luke. When he released his album, "As Nasty as I Want to Be,"
Mm-hmm.
some people loved it and a lot of people hated it, and I think it caused like congressional hearings and all kinds of crazy shit. And then that's when they finally put the advisory on the cover of CDs.
That's fine. I love Uncle Luke's music. So
Yeah, he's a pioneer in everything raunchy.
pop that.
But
Hey, pop that. I ain't gonna say it because but I love that song. That song's fire.
yeah.
Pop, 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 pop. All right, go ahead. Before I
Um,
start
Discord
singing it.
Discord is also being ordered to improve child safety features for users in Texas after a legal case brought by Texas Attorney General Ken Paxton. The order gives Discord 90
Mm.
days to introduce stronger ID and age checks and make safer settings for as the default for children, similar to protections already available in UK.
I don't like kids, man.
I mean, I do, but I think it's a parent's job to monitor their own damn kids. And if you can't monitor your own damn kids, you shouldn't be having kids. It's that simple.
Mm.
Like they should not be on any kind of crazy apps without your awareness of what they're doing. You should also be aware of who they're speaking to. That's the most important part.
Yeah, but
And
whatever. It's just watch your kids. Like I don't like again. I feel the same way as the other one. But also, this is again only in Texas for now. Uh,
yeah,
I would assume since it's in the U.S., more conservative states are probably the ones that are going to rally behind this. So you might start to see like Virginia do the same thing, which they already do, like some
I
age
think they banned
verification.
pornography.
They know they didn't ban it. You need to like verify your age. I'm pretty
That's
sure.
banning. Nobody's about to put their face to their personal fetishes. They essentially banned
Tech. Well, all right, fine, but
it.
whatever. I get it, but like, just again, make the parents do it.
Yeah, I just if we lived in a world where the government was all trusting and all loving and all caring about people, this would be fine. But we know this is where a slippery slope that leads to just full blown surveillance state, as if we aren't in one already.
Well, I would hope that if it starts to come to that, people will just start to disengage from like that online presence and start reading books again.
Come on.
I can
If
dream.
people don't have attention spans that last longer than 12 seconds, a whole book, that's going to be hard. But no, I do agree. Like, I agree with you in that, like, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And I hope that the opposite reaction would be a rebellion from the surveillance state, if you will.
Hmm.
The owners of MySpace are planning to relaunch the social media platform. They are saying, and I quote, waiting for the right time to do it. And if that one doesn't work, we'll just do it again.
I feel like they're starting to see how much people hate like Facebook and
Hmm.
Twitter. All right, so now's the
Yeah.
time. Instagram is owned by Facebook anyway. Once everyone leaves Facebook, they'll probably do some things with Instagram that people hate.
Hmm.
These social media is so ingrained in like society now, where you
Yeah.
need to market. So go ahead,
Hmm.
bring back MySpace. I got a nice top 8. My fast. I can't remember my MySpace password, but I do remember like the website. It was
Yeah.
weird. I remember the URL from my MySpace page, so I can go look at it. I just cannot remember the password that I used to get in it.
If you contact their support team and you give them as much information as you remember about your login, your profile, et cetera, they can grant you access to it if you ever wanted to do
I
that.
will literally tell them. I can tell them my URL. I know
Oh yeah.
exactly. I can tell them
So if you
exactly what
still
it
have if you
is.
still have that information, you should just one of these days when you're bored, just contact the support team and just bombard them with as much information as you can that you remember, and then they'll give you access to the
I was giving, yo,
profile.
listen, here's my URL. This is me. I'm grown now. I can tell you when this picture's from. I know, I still remember what pictures on there. I remember who my
Gotcha.
top 8 was. I'll take that back. I'd use a MySpace again, and then I'd
Yeah, I
finally
mean,
promote our podcast using MySpace.
you know how you do it. One, implement a total ban on AI. Because with how much AI has been bombarded in pop culture, media, social media, etc., people are looking for a more organic experience. And I would also go as far as to say, like, do away with the algorithms. Let people cultivate their own stream, if you will. Like the same way it was back in the day. It wasn't you being constantly bombarded with what the app wants you to see, just trying to keep you engaged as long as possible. It was all about who you wanted to connect with, who you wanted to talk to, what part of their lives are you interested in. And if you can just kind of be that opposite reaction to an action, I think there is very much a market for this because people are craving genuine experience, genuine connection, and nostalgia tinged a bit with the opportunity to kind of like break away. Like, because it's gotten too much, and I've noticed it in social media where about a year or two ago, all of the content was very curated. Like it was all very like prim and proper and polished with like the ring light camera. Everyone looked all glamorous and done up and almost like it was everything looked professionally done. And
Mm.
then when AI came along and made it so where everyone can look like that, either because of filters or because of just the way they can present themselves within the app, everyone kind of got tired of that. And now the more ideal way to succeed on social media is to be as like authentic as possible. Like make whatever videos you want to post to TikTok or Instagram seem like a FaceTime call where it's like you kind of just set it up and you just start rambling or whatever. And people are gravitating more to that. So I think there's a market for MySpace here. They just need to tap into that general exhaustion with the cultural norms of AI and all the other crazy shit.
Sounds like you need to run our socials.
I don't have the time for it.
I see.
Something's gonna have to give.
You gotta just take your kids out of all them activities they got. It's over with.
I'm literally coaching one of their activities. Like,
Nah, no more. You gotta
nah,
move.
nah, I can't. Unfortunately, I've committed to it. We could just, I don't know, we can't even hire anybody. That costs money. We'll talk about this off stream. One of these days will happen. Speaking of hobbies that are taking up way too much of my time, the card grading company PSA has been hit with a proposed class action lawsuit. It
Mm,
accuses the trading
wow.
card grading giant of fraud. It was the rhyming. It fucked me up. You know I stutter a lot. It accuses the trading card grading giant of fraud, misleading marketing, and inconsistent grading practice.
Yeah, that's fine.
I agree.
Good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go after them
Yeah.
because
Get them.
yeah, I've also seen in the trading card community that people are trying to seek alternative ways to authenticate their cards because
Mm.
PSA is either taking too long, charging too much, or creating a system in which it just feels unfair and more hassle than it's worth.
Mm. Or they could just make another company that does the
There
grading.
are other companies. Yeah, there are other companies.
Oh, so just make sure PSA is not the standard anymore,
Yeah, I'm hoping that's what happens over time.
or maybe a governing body for these marketing, or sorry, these grading companies. So here's the standard. As long as you get it graded at one of these companies and it
Mhm.
fills these sets of standards, it can be used. So a nonprofit to govern all that stuff.
Yeah, I think the problem is PSA has very much positioned themselves as the authority. So it's like they're the authority governing their own corruption, and we see where that always leads.
Yeah. So let's get them out the way.
Yeah, they just need some competition.
Yeah, and this lawsuit's a good start. So
No. Pal World cards are already selling for thousands just a day after the TCG trading card game launched. The
no, say
all
TCG,
gold.
man. Our viewer bases are nerds, and then our women. And our women don't care about this.
The all gold Kativa chase cards sold for 2,000.
That's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. I feel like
No.
how do I explain it? It's like you're inflating the market by just buying this thing that probably won't be worth this. That's definitely not worth it.
Mm,
It's like going to buy a house for 30 grand over market value because you want it. You've just ruined the market,
mm.
and now you like. We don't need to do that. Please stop doing that. You don't even know if the
What?
TCG is good. Like,
Yeah, it's not about whether or not it's good. It's about what people perceive it to be. That's all economy is. It's just projections, like what people believe the worth is, and if enough people believe it, then that's how much it actually costs.
yeah, but this is not a thing. Is the user base for Power World even high enough to sustain like a TCG that would have cards of like value, true value later
So
on?
So what I've learned from like Magic the Gathering and Pokemon is that there are two different forms of value. In Magic the Gathering, because people actually play with those cards, the value is determined by how good and effective the card is.
Mm.
Whereas with Pokemon, it's just about like whatever's popular at the time or whatever is considered a classic. So it's like
So you,
the Pokemon that we grew up with, like the original 151, a lot or like first editions, those cards are going for exceptional values. And then there are other random cards that people will kind of treat like the stock. Remember the GameStop movement, where like to the moon, where everyone was like not betting,
mhm.
investing in GameStop just to boost the price. And as a result, a lot of people made money, and then a lot of people lost money when a lot of people pulled out the big rug pull after. That's
Mhm.
kind of what they're doing in Pokemon, where someone like Logan Paul comes along and says, "Oh my God, this is the coolest new card. Everyone has to get it." And because he has such a massive following, everyone rallies and scrambles to try and get that card. And due to the laws of supply and demand goes up, supply goes down, and now you have a random Jigglypuff that's worth $2,000.
He also just lost a bunch of money on his Pokemon. I think it was a Pokemon box that he opened.
Mm.
I forgot. I don't really care. Like he kind of like a grifter to me, so I don't really like care when I see stories about him doing stuff. I just thought it was funny when I saw it.
Oh, with the sticker thing that he was doing.
He did something and lost, essentially lost money because he did it, and I
Yeah,
just thought it was funny. But what?
I
Whatever. I don't know. We'll see what happens with Power World. Like,
I, I I think that it actually made him money because the more people are talking about Pokemon, the more the cards that he's already invested in go up in price.
yeah, but the
So it's all a
whatever,
grift.
still, but whatever card he just is something else. Then
No, I know what you're talking about. I feel like this is a short-term loss for long-term gain because it's like if he loses like 40 grand on this one random card, but people are still enticed and want Pokemon more because he's talking about it. Eventually, the cards that he is already invested in go up as well because I think he has like a Charizard that's worth like 150 grand. And the more that demand increases, it's like just like the stock market, the price just keeps going up.
oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It is the he spent 400 grand
Damn. Okay, I thought
on
it
a
was 40.
nah, it was 400 grand on a glossy Pikachu #1 card. But when
Wow.
he took the peel sheet off, um, it was like stuck to the card, so it messed it up, or it came
Gotcha.
off.
No. What were what were those things called where they were JPGs, they're like pictures online that people were like investing money into and saying like, "Oh, this is one of one copy, it belongs to me." It was like one of a monkey that went viral and then now it's
Yeah,
worth
that was
like
stupid.
48 cents.
I forgot what that thing was called because it was dumb. I don't know why people were
I,
doing that. I
it
feel
was
like
just a craze.
this is right. This is what the Power World craze is
Yeah.
going to be. I don't think there's longevity in Power World specifically.
Mm.
That's why I'm asking. Like, is the user base for the video game even big enough to sustain anything TCG related?
I think in a very interesting way, Pal World is held up by Pokemon. So the more the craze for Pokemon exists,
Mm-hmm.
the fact that Pal World is becoming more of and more of a competitor and seen as a competitor put to Pokemon increases its own value. Now,
Mm-hmm.
if the Pokemon market were to suddenly tank, like there was a big, I don't know, boom, the same way the housing market crashed in 2008, then as a result, I think Pal World would crash as well. Because if
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon ain't even popular like that anymore, Pal World definitely isn't going to be in terms of like the cards.
Okay, we'll see that.
Yeah, so it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, this is happening across all TCGs. Like there's like a Disney TCG that even it was called I forgot the name.
Lorcana.
But yeah, Lorcana. We reported on it last week where that people were fighting in Target to try and
Yeah,
get
stabbing
actually
each
no at
other.
the Disney store. Yeah, at the Disney store, stabbing each other over cards.
You gotta learn to squabble.
An unreleased Hatsune Miku Magic the Gathering deck that sold for $10,000 on eBay has lost most of its value after its official launch. The $150 set will be printed to demand during a 24-hour ordering window to prevent scalpers from creating artificial scarcity.
Good, nice job, Magic.
Yeah. This is why I
Magic,
fuck with Magic. Pokemon would
yeah.
never do some shit. LinkedIn rolls out a seems like AI slot button amid growing concern over low quality AI generated content on the platform.
Good. I'm tired of like getting uh spam bots talking about jobs. I hope it nips that in the bud also. This
Yeah.
random post. This is very clearly AI. Like I remember when I was coming through my in my career and I blah blah man, all right man, it's not real. This never happened. Get it out of here.
Yeah. I agree with you, but my only gripe with it is so LinkedIn is allowed to review resumes with AI, but people can't use AI. It just feels a little unfair.
I think it's a different use. It's one
Still feels
thing
unfair.
because you're why are you trying to you're creating engagement with AI.
Hmm.
Excuse me, which is different than using a tool to filter out filter through resumes.
Yeah.
It's like apples to oranges, or like
Uh,
not even. It's like apples to lettuce, heads of lettuce.
apples and ostriches.
Yeah, like
Um,
not even. It's different, very different to me.
yeah. That's just one of those things where it's like you make people jump through so many hurdles only to get dismissed by an AI bot before a human even looks at your resume to then now say people can't use AI, even though you're going to continue to abuse AI and dismiss people. Like, just make it an even playing field, man. So it's just like, I don't like the unfairness. That's the only thing. I agree with you that like AI slop needs to be done away with, but it should exist unilaterally. It should be everyone should not be using AI. It should be an even, fair race for people to try and get a job, and humans should actually be reviewing resumes again.
Yeah, but LinkedIn doesn't give you the jobs. People post links to roles that are hiring. You just use LinkedIn for it. So the
I'm pretty sure I've seen people apply to jobs on LinkedIn.
I mean, yeah, you apply to a job using LinkedIn, but it still goes out to like I don't know. Let's say you want to work at Bandai, right? It goes out to
Hmm.
Bandai, right? It's not like LinkedIn is doing anything. So even if it's like if you submit your resume for a role via LinkedIn,
Hmm.
it's still the I'm assuming that it still goes to the actual company, and I mean the company's still using AI to go through your resume, all right? But I think that is different than someone creating a fake page on LinkedIn and then creating AI content for engagement. I
Hmm.
don't like the use of AI specifically for engagement.
Gotcha.
Like this,
Hmm.
that's a it's a different it's a whole it's like two different worlds. And
Gotcha.
I can beat the AI for like a job, but what I can't what can I do with this engagement? I gotta like figure out whether or not this is real or not. Should I even
Yeah, no,
engage with this?
yeah, no, I agree with that. But I said just wipe it out across the board.
Hmm.
So, Google has pulled its new Google Earth AI tool after users used it to create fake natural disasters and alter landmarks. People generated images showing the Eiffel Tower destroyed and the pyramid swallowed by a sinkhole. They also remade 9/11.
Yeah, I feel like they should have known
Yeah.
that people do that. Remember
Yeah.
when remember in Times Square they put like a portal or like it's like a little viewing window thing,
Yeah.
and you
With
could
like
like
somewhere in Europe.
yeah, and then people were immediately being racist. They were like flashing it. You got to know
Mhm.
like the way the world is. I think even during that, I think the other country was like showing us pictures of 9/11 on the thing.
Mhm.
Like, sorry,
Listen,
I'm not laughing at 9/11. I'm laughing at
yeah,
just the irony, right?
the absurdity of
Yeah, like come on. I think it's a great idea, but at a certain point, you got to know that this was going to happen. Like you have to
yeah,
realize.
yeah. You give people that much power to do something, they're gonna do the dumbest things imaginable with it. And I like you. I'm not laughing at 9/11. I was in New York when 9/11 happened. I would never mock
Hmm.
that. But just the fact that people aren't aware of how stupid other people can be with power tools like this, like I just don't know who's running these companies sometimes. Or maybe that was the plan all along to just like drudge up awareness of its new tool and then they'll relaunch it in a way that is less prone to people abusing it. Innocent man spends 18 months in prison after Skyrim username mix-up, which is insane. Yeah, somebody missed a hype. No, what's it called? The underscore. Yeah.
Yeah.
The account that the police intended to investigate was Fusro Da, which is like the dragon shout in Skyrim. And between every letter, every word in Fusro Da, there's supposed to be one underscore. The
Hmm.
profile they were looking for had two underscores at the beginning, and they mixed it up looking for one underscore, and the person with one underscore got sent to prison and probably got dragged into a gang. I don't know how prisons work
Uh,
overseas. I know gang culture is very important in our country when it
oh
comes to
yeah,
prison.
yeah. I've seen Oz. It's like Oz. Well, I've seen
Yeah,
Oz, but I also
traumatizing.
yeah, I've also seen real prisons. So, uh, but yeah, I shout out to that guy. I'm sure he got paid because that's a very like stupid mistake for the police to make. So that's a very easy lawsuit.
Hmm.
Did they actually get the real guy? I forgot to read that whole article. I saw the thing and I was like, this is it's funny, but it's not
Uh,
funny.
uh, I don't think they captured him.
So once the other dude got arrested, he was like, "Oh, they looking for me."
Delete that account.
Exactly, off in the out in the wind. I hope
Yeah,
that guy, at least the guy that got wrongfully convicted or wrongfully arrested and sent to jail, I hope he got paid.
it's unclear. There's no confirmation on whether or not he got paid.
They're not going to release that. He definitely like that's an easy lawsuit. I didn't do anything. You
That it,
fought, yeah.
yeah, that is true.
Sorry for those that know. Like they put you in jail like to hold you until your trial date.
Mhm.
But if you're not supposed to be there, you weren't supposed to be arrested.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's an issue. Also, wrongful arrest is different in America than in other countries. So who knows? But I would hope he got something.
agreed. The Hood is coming to Marvel Rivals.
Oh yeah, I was like, oh that's cool. Uh,
Yeah, he's a cool character. He's a villain that I feel like deserves more spotlight. They made him Puerto Rican as hell in this game.
Probably to
Like,
mirror the Ironheart, which is a great show. Y'all should watch it if you haven't
yeah,
seen it.
yeah. I like the change. Gives him some culture, gives him some a bit more depth than he has in the comics. In the comics, he's a standard criminal who makes a pact with Dormammu, and Dormammu grants him a little bit of power here and there.
I thought it was
And
Mephisto.
then no, it's Dormammu.
Oh, so they use Mephisto in the show.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But
Wait, did they?
Mephisto, yeah, they use Mephisto because he was played by Sacha Baron Cohen.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes, okay.
Yeah, but Dormammu is the Hood's patron demon, and Dormammu grants him power and occasionally inhabits his body as a host that allows him to appear on the human plane. And he's gotten hold of like the Infinity Gauntlet at a time and a bunch of other really cool shit. So yeah.
Hmm. Sorry,
Um.
I almost thought that was
So,
a bot. It's not a
oh, okay.
bot.
Last few bits of gaming news. Pokemon fans have turned red, blue, and yellow into 3D games you can play in first person or VR. The mod transforms the entire Kanto region into a voxel world while keeping the original game running underneath.
I don't care. I'm not playing that. You said that was last gaming news.
No, we got another one that I
I'm
know
about to
you're
say yeah,
excited.
it can't be the last one.
Yeah, but this is another example of how Pokemon and the Nintendo company are not using Pokemon to its fullest extent because this would be really cool for somebody else to play, even though I'm not that interested.
Do you
In the last week,
hold on?
huh?
If it's VR, don't you run the
Hmm.
risk of like walking out of your house? into the street like you in
That's
the
a
hole.
problem if somebody plays VR, which is not me. Actually, no. So VR, I've seen it exist in two ways. One of which is when you have like the platform, kind of like Ready Player One, where you're like on an omnidirectional treadmill and you can run in any direction. You're not gonna like stampede out of your house unless you have some like really fucking strong legs that can break the treadmill and get free.
Who
And
got
then the
that
other
whole
option,
rig in their house?
I've seen people who have it. I've seen people who have haptic feedback suits to where if just like in Ready Player One, they have like the skin tight suit on, and if somebody touches you in a certain place, it vibrates. And we are on another very slippery slope because if that technology gets better, we know exactly what people are going to use it for.
I told the homie he should have done that, and he said no. And I was like, man, I'm telling you, this is a moneymaker. He was like, I'm not doing it. So now he working on something else that I can't
I
say.
feel like I feel like he felt like Oppenheimer in that moment where he's like, "Do I build the bomb or not?" Because after that, once the haptic feedback suit is perfected in all avenues, that's the end of humanity. We live in a different era.
That this is rising. He just don't want to be involved in that type of business. And I was like, I thought you wanted to make money.
At the cost of his soul.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. My friend has a haptic feedback suit.
That's
I don't
excessive.
go. I don't go to his house much. Um,
Probably smell
yeah. Oh yeah. So,
it.
Gundam. What's ICYMI stand for?
I don't actually remember, but this is the game. Sorry, this is the Gundam game that they previewed at Anime Expo. I'm pretty sure it was Anime Expo. To
Gotcha.
go along with the anime that's also coming out. There's anime news for that Gundam series. That's when I got confused. I couldn't tell if it was the game or the anime at the time. And then
Gotcha.
here's the trailer for the game, which looks cool, but it's like story. Um, it's like story trailer. But it'll be on PS5, Steam, um, maybe Xbox. I actually forgot if it was on Xbox. It probably
Mhm.
is.
Yeah. While we're on the topic, Mobile Suit Gundam Hathaway, the sorcery nymph Cersei, comes to
There you go.
Netflix on August 31st.
And I'm pretty sure that's a film. I gotta check again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love
All right.
Gundam, so excited to get some more Gundam.
Yeah. So in TV news, some bad news. If it were not for Spider-Man, this would most certainly be our main topic this week. Wonder Man has been canceled. The show is no longer returning for season two.
Yeah, and it's sad because we don't know why, and then neither do the creators. So that's DDC, Destin
Hmm.
Daniel Crichton, excuse me,
Hmm.
and
The
what
director
Andrew,
of Spider-Man.
yeah, director Spider Man, and then Andrew Guest, I think is his name, the showrunner.
I don't remember, but
I
I
think
think
it's
you're
Andrew
correct.
Guest, and he had actually wrote the first episode as well for the season because he didn't even know it was getting canceled. People had signed all their contracts. They just never
Hmm.
brought together the writers' room, so they just released everyone so they can go do other things. Even like Kevin Feige, I think DDC also talked about like Kevin Feige isn't even sure because he wanted the show. I
Hmm.
I don't I don't think it's like anything nefarious. I think like Marvel's probably taking a step back because I do think they need to figure out where the MCU will be after Secret Wars. And I'm not going to
Hmm.
spoil Secret Wars by explaining things that happen there, but
I
I
will.
don't do that. You get your whole spoiler off for Spider Man.
Fine.
Um, but I'm assuming it's that because like the show was successful, Emmy nominations all around. Um, so I can the only thing I can think of is like the Marvel or Disney execs are probably realizing they really need to consider the route they're going with MCU before they just start making shows because you don't want to be beholden to like this continuity for Wonder Man for everything else. So I think that's probably what it is.
Hmm. Yeah. So before I get into my opinion on it, this same week, Mahershala Ali pretty much confirmed that he's not coming back for Blade.
Yeah.
And he says he's been doing this professionally for about 30 years. One thing he learned that some things for him, some things aren't for him, and the project isn't for him because if they wanted to do it, they would have done it. They're a multi-billion-dollar company. Um, so it's not. It's not happening. I
Hold on,
don't think
before
that.
you no before you continue, we need to be clear because I saw a lot of people online talking about, man, they cancel all the black stuff. Like, nah, man, they was trying to make a slave epic for Blade.
Slave Blade.
Right. This I'm pretty sure Mahershala Ali's script was like set in slavery, and then Marvel was like, can we just put you in a leather jacket in New York and have you kill vampires like
Put a
Wesley Snipes
nightclub
was
back
doing?
on.
Yeah, that's all we need. We don't need
Yeah.
no slavery, and we know slavery because some of the, or at least that period, because some of the costumes from Sinners were like
Hmm.
leftovers from Blade that they didn't use.
So maybe
So
it wasn't like slave times. Maybe it was just like back in like 1903
that's
or right
any
after slavery.
sharecroppers, any like, if you in Tulsa, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see none of that period. I want just put him in New York. I don't need no backstory. We know where he came from.
It'd be funny if they just got like Jonathan Majors' wardrobe and made that the aesthetic for the whole movie. But I think two things can be true. One of which being I think they're getting rid of Marvel Television.
I hope
Like
not.
I I feel like they're at least going to get rid of it for a while up until they can figure out what their next steps are, much to your point. And I think Wonder Man just got caught up in the sweep. My only question about that is Daredevil, the most recent season of Born Again, I think viewership fell by like 50%.
They finished. They
Why
just
didn't
wrapped the
that?
new season though.
Yeah, I know, but it's like viewership for the second season fell off completely. I think by like 50%. So it's like, why does that get to stay on, but the Black Man show gets canceled? Starting to feel like UPN all over again.
I think uh, for Daredevil they might just want to wrap things up. It's further along, um, and again, like I would imagine Wonder Man would appear, like Daredevil appeared in the movies because he was in the other Spider-Man movie. He was in
No Way Home.
I was about to say Far From Home. I don't know
Mhm.
what was the new one called then.
Brand New Day.
Thank you. So he was in No Way Home. I would imagine Wonder Man will probably be more prominent in the MCU later. So that also could be why they don't want to like again have continuity that they have to make sure they incorporate in the films. So
So my only issue with that is like Wonder Man is like almost like in a pocket universe of his own. Like he doesn't really reference any of the major events outside of the MCU to the where if they wanted to do a season two, whether it be after Doomsday or after Secret Wars, I I think they'd be able to do it just fine. I don't know. That's the thing. I don't know what the story entailed. Maybe there was something in the script that
mm-hmm.
did reference the greater MCU now that he's established himself in this universe as a superhero. But
Yeah, even they have like the Department of Damage Control is the main villain, right, for Wonder Man.
yeah,
So
yeah, but I hope
there's overlap. I really just feel like they're trying to wait and figure it out because I don't think there's other shows. I'm pretty sure that are still on the slate or things that they turn into like films. There's still stuff on the
I,
slate.
I think Daredevil Born Again is the last TV show they're making, at
What
least for a
happened to
while.
Armor Wars?
Didn't that get converted into a movie? And that's been in development hell for I don't know how long.
But it's not canceled.
It's got a black man, so it's probably going to be. Actually, no,
Oh,
Vision
and Vision
Quest.
Quest. Yeah, there was the other one.
That comes out October 14th of
Yeah.
this year.
So
So that's probably going to be the last thing. Beyond that, we don't have any other TV shows. Like there was rumors about like
mhm.
a Champions TV show that was going to have the younger Avengers on it, and I
Yeah, I
can't
saw
call them the
that.
Young Avengers anymore because
They
Haley
old.
Steinfeld is 30 years old with a kid.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think that we're very much in the rebuild phase, and Marvel is worried about putting anything out there that could hurt the brand.
Yeah.
So their primary focus, that's the reason why we're not getting anything between Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Well,
No movies, no TV shows, nothing.
Wonder Man definitely not hurting the brand. Let's be clear.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
I,
So
I I don't think they have a plan, and I think they're just rebuilding from scratch. So there's a chance we might be able to see Wonder Man in the future. I'm just doubtful because not just the black characters haven't been getting the love and respect that they deserve, but like we haven't seen Shang-Chi in like 5 years. The first time we saw him since Shang-Chi was in the Doomsday trailer, where he's squabbling up with Gambit. So it's like
Mhm.
with the incoming X-Men, which can be the segue to our next story, where it's starting to be very cluttered and there's not much room for everybody. And I feel like the priority once Secret Wars is over is going to be all X-Men all the time. And they might set up like an Avengers versus X-Men, which is I think what a bit of the Spider-Man plot entailed. But yeah, it just that combined with the way they treated Anthony Mackie as Captain America and the Blade news and the way Armor Wars has been in development hell. What other black character? Monica Rambeau, who should be in Doomsday, featured heavily because she's strong enough to seal an incursion.
First of all,
It's not looking good.
you're Steve Lacy right now.
How so?
You just gave away a spoiler for Spider-Man.
Did I?
Yes.
How so?
I'm not going to repeat it.
Okay, cool. It never happened then. With regards to slavery, I agree.
I don't know, my nigga.
Yeah.
Sorry, this is my mom, by the way. That's why I was like, I realized it wasn't a bot, and I don't know about
Thanks for
that 'cause
joining us, man.
we already got a Blade backstory, right? Because we got Wesley Snipes Blade.
Yeah.
We don't actually need it. I feel like for characters like Blade, well, he's not that popular, but like you know how when they brought Spider-Man in, they didn't actually give him a backstory.
Yeah.
He just started. He's Spider-Man. Let's go. I think for Blade, they didn't actually need to give that backstory, especially not way back in the slave time or that era.
Yeah.
He can just be established, and we get a rated R slasher film.
Yeah. But that's the thing. Mahershala Ali is an auteur, an artiste. So it's like he's not just going to make another CGI slop superhero film. I'm pretty sure he wanted to make the equivalent of something like Ryan Coogler would have made. So like what Ryan Coogler brings with the culture and the story in his Black Panther films, kind of like how he didn't just make Namor a monarch who lived in the ocean. He made him like a Mesoamerican god for the Aztec people. I think Aztec or Mayan, one of the two. So it's like that sort of richness. So I think Mahershala Ali was trying to push that sort of story just on the wrong people. Like that's a conversation you have with Ryan Coogler, not with the standard fare for like Marvel's executives.
Yeah, that's why I wish maybe he picked the wrong character. Maybe that's what it is. I don't think you need to do that with Blade specifically. Like if you he too old to be Cloak, but like
I always saw him as maybe like a Martian Manhunter, but that's DC.
all right, that's
course.
DC. Like, well, come on, man. We're not talking about DC today. It's all Marvel today.
I feel like he would, because to your point, Martian Manhunter is a story about trying to fit into a world that you don't feel a part of. And I think he could have had a lot more artistic, integrity with that sort of story and not just
Yeah,
put him in a leather suit and swing blades.
yeah. Blade, we just go kill something.
Yeah, it's a techno music.
Yeah, but I'm trying to think. What's the DC here? Oh, maybe Blue Marvel. Right, but Blue
Blue
Marvel's.
Marvel.
Oh,
Hey,
look at this.
Rashawn is here.
Is it time? Is it time?
Not
Did
yet.
I make it?
We were
Bro,
very
we ain't even
clearly.
close to the main topic.
Oh, let's move along. We've been talking about Wonder Man for a minute.
I said it was going to be our main topic if it weren't for Spider-Man.
I know. Let's go. Hold on.
All right, so let's move.
To this stuff.
In some positive black news, Martin spin-off The Varnell Hill Show set September release date, drops first look photos.
Oh, so Sean, Martin is a show back in the 90s.
I was going to be like, O'Shaughnessy, your thought.
Pretty sure I've seen Rush Hour, so I know all about Martin.
No, I cannot wait. I love Tommy Davidson. He's from Around the Way. And Varnell Hill was like, that's one of my favorite Martin episodes where he I don't feel like singing right now, but yeah, so I'm excited. All right, that's enough.
We got our first poster for Ryan Murphy's Monster, the Lizzie Borden story. Series
Cannot wait
follows
again.
Lizzie Borden, Yeah, who was accused of murdering her father and stepmother with an axe inside the family home. Releasing September 17th on Netflix.
And for those that don't know, The Monster is the Netflix series where they go through like all these serial killers. So they did Ed Gein,
Mm-hmm.
they did the Dahmer,
Mm-hmm.
the Menendez brothers. All good. I don't know what our obsession, not obsession. Yeah, sorry, obsession. I was about to say Inception. I don't know what our obsession is with like uh, killers like this, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, this is great. So
What do you know where this takes place? This sounded like something that happened in the Eastern Shore, but I don't know if it was the same thing. But there was some thing that happened in my parents' town that was like, is this that?
no, it's
Some
Massachusetts.
person got oh well,
Oh
still
yeah, that's not.
East Coast. Just
Yeah,
what is it
just
with the
further
East
out.
Coast and axe murders? They gotta chill.
Yeah.
It's a trend. But to Samson's point, the obsession with serial killers, I think in a very messed up way, a lot of people admire them. Like with the way they're able to get away with crime for so long, with what they do, it's like this combination of admiration and just sheer horror that like humans can like take it to that level and to that
I
extent.
feel like fascination is a fair word. Admiration's a crazy leap. Like who is that?
I think
Admiration is the word.
Nah,
I agree with you, but I
no,
think
no. Watch the
people
Ted Ginn
also
one. The Ted Ginn one.
yeah, people definitely like the way they like deify like Ted Bundy or Charles Manson. Like there's definitely like a fascination, but there's also an admiration with serial killers that is
Jesus.
Yeah,
deeply concerning.
like admiration to the point like you have imitators. It's like
Well,
Yes.
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think Netflix is out here making those shows for that audience.
Oh
So,
no
like,
no
we
no
got to
no.
tap into our unrealized serial killer market.
Nah, I think we're just talking like in general about the
Hitting
overall
the wrong
psyche of like
demographics.
the
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
populace.
yeah.
Yeah, but no, there's it's just people. The same reason why people are just so obsessed with like murder podcasts, which I hope this never becomes because
Yo,
you know.
that's a problem because Nicole is obsessed with those. So if she's admiring those folks,
Is
she's
that how we get her to listen? Just talk
yeah.
about like just horrible
She
people throughout
she
history.
would we would definitely be hitting a new demographic if we went into the murder podcast.
It would be all women.
Yeah, yeah. It's what we need to grow the brand.
Yeah.
Just all murder all the time. Mike Flanagan is now writing a live action Warhammer 40K series for Amazon. Henry Cavill remains involved, and I'm just glad he has work.
Yeah. So this
It's
will be
been a
good.
while since I've heard anything about this one. Like I knew
Yeah.
he was attached to it, and then it just kind of was quiet for a long time. I feel
They
like I
had
haven't heard a
Yeah.
lot from Henry Cavill in a while.
they had a lot of creative differences with the studio,
Mm,
and I think like money.
that's not
I,
good.
I don't think it was money. I think it was a lot of creative stuff. And once they finally locked that down, I think they went out and got the writer so he wouldn't have to do so much.
Mm.
So yeah, we'll see. Cannot
Yeah, that
wait.
was what
So
ended The Witcher was creative differences, right?
But no, that's why he left because they
Right.
once Boo DeMayo, as Justin calls him, left The
not
Witcher.
my boo.
It went
I
downhill.
support his creativity, not
Right?
his sexual proclivity.
If you
Wait,
called him,
Bo DeMayo was on The Witcher? I didn't know
yeah,
that.
he was on the Witcher staff. That's why it was so
I
good.
heard he was just as abusive.
Yes, he was. But look at the product.
Wow.
I think this a
He said, "Look at the product."
hold on before we move on because I was joking, but there's like a Dave Chappelle joke where he says, "Is he grapes but he saves."
Oh,
You remember that? So it just
yeah.
reminded me of Bo DeMayo and like him making stellar television because the new season of X-Men sucks. All right, what's next? What's the next
You
thing?
gotta talk to
Bad news
Carlito about
followed.
that.
Yeah.
Bad news followed immediately by good news. Booster Gold series is canceled, according to numerous reports at DC. And then, not an hour later, another source at DC replied that the series is still in development. New creative team is being hired, and no actor has been cast.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. But once with Lantern's success, because we can tell it's gonna be successful, I'm sure like
Mhm.
a Booster Gold will be good. I think all these DC shows within this new era have been stellar. Penguin, Peacemaker, and that's it for now.
Commandos.
So,
Creature Commandos
Um,
was good.
oh yeah, no, sorry, yeah,
Oh.
thank you. I forgot the cartoon. Creature Commando is really good. So yeah,
Listen, I am a DC fan to the day I die, but we need to start fighting back. Spider-Man just made 1 billion in a single weekend, and we putting out Jimmy Olsen shows. We,
Yeah,
we need a big name. We need something.
Man Tomorrow comes out next year?
We need something more. Last Man of
Yeah,
Tomorrow. Last Superman movie only made 600 mil. We need
that's
we need Batman, and
crazy.
I hate to say that.
Batman comes out 2028. That whole Matt Reeves has his own universe. It's great, but like it doesn't help with the
For some reason, I
continuity.
thought the Clayface thing fit into that universe. I mean, it very much fits that vibe, so maybe that's why I thought
I
that.
think because it
They
like
don't.
looks real, but I'm pretty sure it's part of the main DCU, and that comes out this year. Horror movie, that's easy money.
I
Here's
think
the
it's going to be great. However, Spider-Man just made $1 billion at the
It's
box
keep
Spider-Man.
office.
saying
Like,
We need.
one. It's
They
about to be
throwing
two.
haymakers.
It's about to be 2
Yeah, it's about to
billion
be
by
2.
like
It's
Saturday.
gonna be two by exactly like before even Saturday, probably by Friday. They throwing haymakers at us, and we're hitting them back with
At
feathers.
you.
At us, us DC
I'm
fans.
not
There
in
are
this.
dozens of us. We are a unit,
I'm not in
and
this.
it's bad.
This is me.
We need some heavy hitters.
This is what I'm a fan of.
Oh, that's a cool little.
That is
I know.
really cool. Is that did you get that commissioned?
Yeah. She was
That's
just
really
drawing
cool.
it, and I was like, yeah, I need that.
You said it like you stole it from her.
I did.
Yeah, it's like it was commissioned for
paid.
somebody else, and then you just yanked it on the way out.
All right, what's next?
All
We
right.
gotta get to Spider-Man. We need all the time for Spider-Man.
I told O'Shaughnessy that by the time he gets here, we barely gonna be through television, and I
I'm
was
still
right.
waking
So,
back up. I was just asleep on the floor, so like, take your time.
the mark of a father.
Yeah.
Andy Muschietti confirms that It Welcome to Derry season 2 will be set in 1935. Derry is a graveyard almost, he says. It is a carcass of something because people are depleted, poor, tired, jobless, homeless. The kids don't have a suburban comforting life. So, isn't that the Great Depression?
Seems
Just
like
the
it. Yeah.
30s. That's not. That's not dairy. That's just the 30s.
Yeah, 'cause
I
he was
thought
talking
they
about like
already
tired,
did a
jobless, homeless.
show. Is this the second season of
Yeah, it's the second
Yeah,
season.
season 2.
show?
And again, first
Okay.
season was critically acclaimed. Also, it seems like when it comes to HBO, a lot of
Mhm.
what is doing well are their series. Although like last year they had a great year for movies. I think all their movies were like in the top for revenue.
Mhm.
Dune 3 will come out this year, so that'll be $1 billion. Well, it'll probably be close.
That's going to be interesting going against Avengers Doomsday because that seems like the same fan group, and you're just dividing them among two massive movies. So,
Yeah.
They're definitely just trying to do a Barbenheimer thing, but I don't think they fully understood what made those movies pop off the way they did.
Yeah.
But
I think that
See, though?
they were so different was what made them so well put
It-
together.
right. And that they were both good movies to both, but I mean generally like, the husband could go see the 3-hour Christopher Nolan movie, and then, everybody else could go see the popcorn movie.
Mhm.
But this is definitely not that. This is 6 hours of hardcore sci-fi nerd action movie
Yeah. I'm seeing both stuff.
plus credits. Yeah.
Probably Doomsday on
Yeah.
Thursday, Dune 3 on Friday. I'll probably do it like that.
Yeah, same here. Dave Bautista is in talks to play Kratos in the live-action God of War series.
Cool.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the other guy whose name I just forgot.
Me too.
He would have
Ryan
been great.
Hurst.
Yeah, I feel like, and that's probably why they're aging up Kratos' son, since Batista's older.
I
think they're aging him up for season 2.
Yeah, the second game he was significantly older. So if the
yeah.
first game is the first first season, then
They're not aging up
that
for
would make
season 1
sense.
then? No, but no, I thought
No.
they hadn't even gotten through enough filming for season 1 to have a full season.
The kid didn't tear his bicep. Ryan Hurst.
Okay, all right, what's
Like,
He tore his bicep throwing the kid. Boy! And then he launched him. Yeah. And then Justin, you pointed this out. He's what role did he play in Odysseus? He was
he was mentor.
Yep, mentor.
He's also in the Mysterious Benedict Society.
Don't know what that is.
Sean knows.
Oh, yes, that movie, that obscure movie from a
No,
couple years ago.
It's a series, man.
The Percy Jackson knockoff.
I like random shows.
Yeah.
I know Dave Bautista can do it. It's just there are more actors, man. It's one of those things we were talking about last week where like just seeing the same faces over and over again. I'm happy for Batista. Like I
Do
love
you-
all the success he achieved, but I would have liked to see somebody different aside from just
Do you
what feels
feel
like
that it's
standard.
weird that they chose Batista now? Like, do they know what Dave Batista looks like now? Because he is not built like Drax anymore. He lost
He lost
like
a lot of weight. But
30 to 40 pounds.
did he get cast, or they've just
Yeah,
been talking to him about it?
they're just
It's
talking to him.
talks, but it was a couple articles that said,
Yeah, I saw. Cause I saw a cast, so we'll see. He might not even get the final
So
role.
So there is a realistic fitness angle you could play into it in that he's no longer the ghost of Sparta, so it would make sense that he lost muscle mass because he's not living a life of constant combat and rage and anger and beheading Medusas while bedding random Aphrodites along the
what
way.
made that character so
Mm.
good and believable in that game was that he was still that guy. Like the physical presence in those games, I
Mhm.
feel like lended to the character. Like I feel like he has to be it has to be believable that he was somebody that ripped Zeus's head off. You know what I mean? And skinny Batista ain't that. You know what I mean? I'm happy for Batista doing what he's doing, but you need the physique, in my opinion. It's part of the character.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I think they could also play it in the angle of like he's just not built like that anymore, but he still has the same like battle tendency.
I'm
He
just
still has
picturing Kratos dressed
this
like that.
rage.
Was that picture of Kratos or Dave Bautista on the red carpet where he's in like the the capris and the
with
shoes,
the high water
yeah.
pants and the boat shoes.
But it's
All right,
Kratos
listen. Now
instead.
we're off.
All right,
Now we're
Hipster as
rambling.
hell.
What's next? Come on, we got to get to Spider-Man.
All right, fine. Matt Johnson's Tony debuts with a perfect score of 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. It stars Dominic Sessa as Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, I might have to go see that.
Samsung, you probably could speak to this more than I can. I haven't kept up with as much. Children of Blood and Bone author Tony Adeyemi. That's film set sobbing, calls it the worst thing she's ever had to live through, and she never wants to hear about it again.
I don't know what she got going on, because before she was like, it's like videos of her extra excited to like be in the movie, to work on the movie. She co-wrote the movie also, so it's not like she wasn't involved. And then as soon as the filming was done, now she got all these issues, and she won't say what it is. It's like very vague. She's making it really hard to support her. So I'm probably gonna have to see the movie.
I feel like from what they released, it was just like creative differences on set.
Yeah, but
Like,
how?
she probably went
She
out
wrote
there
it. She
and-
was there throughout the
So
entirety of the
He
film.
co-wrote it, but like, did she do the screenplay? Is she directing
Yes.
it? Because if not,
She's just not the director. Everything
Sounds
is
else,
she like
awesome.
seeing it play out and she's like, oh no, this is really bad.
she's in
Like,
it. She had a whole cameo. She was excited about the casting, even though they were casting someone light skinned. She was like, "Yeah, I want Zendaya." It was like,
Clearly something changed.
we can't get
Like,
Zendaya. We can get Amanda though.
clearly
That's fine.
Something changed.
But what we don't, she won't say what it is. So at this point, we can't even. I can't support you, and I'll be trying. I'm really
He probably
trying.
under NDA.
What? Nah, man. All right. Well, she want break that. Something. I can't support it. I can't
She
support.
probably legally can't say it,
Yeah.
and then I'm pretty sure after the movie comes out, and then like 3 years will pass, she's gonna release a tell-all book that has all the details we're looking for, and no one's gonna care about that.
It'll just
Yeah.
be something that she just didn't like the way that it was headed, and she tried to voice some concerns, and they were like, "The train has left the station, so
We'll see.
you signed up. It's going."
See, right now, my only thing is it looks just like Black Panther. Like they literally went and got the same set.
They had the same accents from Black Panther, and there are more accents than that in Africa.
That's fine. I feel like they really went for the same aesthetic. I don't like that. It makes me not want to.
Yeah,
But Gina's a
Black
great
people have
director,
more of a
so I might have to check it out.
Netflix sued for 105 million after hard drive of unreleased Nicolas Cage movie was stolen from its office. This sounds like the plot to a Nicolas Cage.
I was about to
movie.
say, wait, was that an actual Nicolas
it
Cage
does.
movie?
They should make the money back by making a Nicolas Cage movie where his movie's stolen, so he has to go and get it.
Go steal it back.
Exactly.
That would be
That'd be a
ingenious.
great idea for a movie.
Hire us. Netflix.
Jafar Jack.
Go ahead.
Dang, we got the juice. Jafar Jackson will star in Supermax alongside Will Smith. The action thriller follows two FBI agents investigating an impossible murder within a maximum security prison.
Good luck, Jafar.
Yeah, I'm glad he's getting more roles than just Michael Jackson.
Further, he was great in that movie. So
yeah, but he looks like he can only play that role. Like he looks like Mike.
That's why I'm rooting for. I hope this is like a good performance, and he's alongside Will Smith. It's not like Will Smith's still a superstar, so
could go either way.
Yeah.
He better not do any dance moves in this movie because it's going to take everybody out of it. Camille Nanjiani is set to star in a direct horror comedy, Howl. The film follows a famous but troubled actor who announces on a talk show that in less than an hour, he'll turn into a werewolf on live TV.
That'd be funny.
At first it sounded like it was funny. Is it supposed to be funny?
Yeah, it's a horror comedy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's Camille. I don't expect him to do like a serious horror film. So.
Yeah.
A Ready Player One sequel is officially in the works. Zach Penn of the Avengers is writing the script. I'm already in. It's the Avengers.
I didn't realize Ready Player One had made so much money. Because I saw it, I was like, this is not good.
Spielberg's attached to it.
I did not like the book. I was not interested in the movie. Call me out on it, but that shit was just lame. So pass.
It was decent. I'd give about a 7.
It got so much, like, people were talking about it like it was the next, like, not Guardians of the Galaxy, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, and it was just all pop culture references with just like a really unlikable main character, and like I feel like it was just a book that used a bunch of big IPs and then they made a movie out of it, and that's what made it popular. It just for whatever reason it did not land for me. It seemed like it would check all my boxes, but
yeah, I wasn't feeling the movie.
Yeah.
Pass. All right, what's next?
The Thomas Crown Affair, only in cinemas March 5th.
I forgot what that was about.
It's like a
spy movie.
It's a spy movie with Michael B. Jordan. He's like essentially like a.
Oh yeah, that's right. Character. He directed it.
It looks like the cinematography in this is amazing.
Yeah, I need another trailer before I'm like.
Pierce Brosnan was in the original 1999 romantic heist film.
Yeah. Like I said, I just need another trailer before I can like.
So he was in Thomas Crown Affair, and then he was also 007.
Oh, and you know what? That was a remake of a 1968 movie. So, and that was Steve McQueen. So.
Huh.
And Faye Dunaway.
They probably
it's like a thing. It's like a Mr. and Mrs. Smith thing where they remake it every like 30 years.
That's fine as long as it's not every 5.
No. Odyssey surpasses 700 million globally after 12 days in theaters, and I'm pretty sure it's almost at $1 billion now.
Yeah,
this
like
article was
something.
written on the 29th.
So good. I'm glad because that's a great movie.
Yes. I meant for before we get to the not the main topic, but the last bit of movie news. To no one's surprise, 4 women accused Jared Leto of sexual misconduct.
There goes your Skeletor.
The cult. Yeah. The cult will increase its what's that thing at church where you have to give money?
Tithes.
Tithing?
The tithes are gonna go up in the cult of Leto.
Sorry, if you don't know, Jared Leto has a cult, allegedly.
Allegedly, let's not get sued or disappeared.
Well, no, it's not like a thing. I mean, it's like a camp that people go to on his island. So
that's the draw.
Call it what you want.
Well,
but that part's real.
The veneer, the illusion.
We'll see what happens with him now. And honestly, his Skeletor was great. It was really good. Like second.
He is an objectively talented actor. I mean, like he's played some sucky roles, but like he has also been critically nominated many times for the stuff that he's been in. He just happens to be a complete dog shit human being.
Yes.
And our last bit of movie news. Samara Weaving has landed the role of Emma Frost in the upcoming X-Men film. The auditions have been happening since May. The search for Emma Frost was the most thorough, with Samara Weaving winning the role. And more casting announcements are expected soon, more likely at Disney's, was it D23? Its own Comic-Con event.
Yeah, whatever.
Sydney Sweeney is in shambles right now.
Yeah, but this is a great casting. So
yeah,
it was a perfect. She looks just like Emma Frost.
Yep.
Yeah. So you've got interesting. So she's how old is she?
No,
I think she's
move
like
on.
30
No,
or
we gotta get to Spider-Man.
my question is that, like, how is there gonna be the love triangle when Sadie Sink is like in her early 20s, Emma's in her 30s? Does that mean Scott's gonna be like mid-20s, late? I don't know, but we'll see what happens. Oh God, Logan. He's part of the X-Men thruple with Jean.
God, I thought
it doesn't matter. He's 100-something
different
years
Logan. I was like, what
never
are you
mattered.
talking about right now? All right.
Ew, it's gonna be very weird.
It was always weird.
Especially if they bring back Hugh Jackman though. Like,
it was always
like
weird.
70.
Logan is
there's no way
years old.
So I think we have to. This is so okay. Let's preface by saying, are we doing spoilers for this movie?
We are. We're not on Spider-Man.
We're about to talk
well, let me just knock down.
We are very clearly about to go into that movie. So,
all right. So let me just knock down these last few stories. My name is just rambling for a reason. I can't help myself. New trailer for Your Mother, Your Mother, Your Mother, starring Mahershala Ali, Tramel Tillman, and Giancarlo Esposito. It's also made by the director who was going to make the Blade movie, but then that movie never came to fruition. The film follows a religious hitman who struggles to balance work, faith, and fatherhood. In theaters October 9th.
I knew that trailer.
Same, I agree. We got a trailer for Bad Lieutenant Tokyo from filmmaker Takashi Miike. Stars Shugun Oguri, Lily James, and Liv Morgan. Coming soon.
I really hope that Mahershala Ali movie isn't just like a cash in from him not working for like 3.5 years because he was supposed to make Blade.
Nah, it looks.
You said it's the same director too.
Yeah, it's not. It's not that it looks bad. It's like I need to see another trailer.
I'm not saying it looked bad. I'm just saying it could be like sign me up for anything because I got a house to pay for and I haven't worked in 3.5 years. So
it doesn't look
give me
like
a paycheck.
Nah, it doesn't.
All
look
right.
like that. And then this is a neon film. This Bad Lieutenant. So it looks pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, Bad Lieutenant.
We got a trailer for Violent Night 2 in theaters December 4th. And any thoughts on that?
A Christmas movie. I like me and my lady like to watch Christmas movies. Well, she liked to watch Christmas movies, which to her are just Hallmark romance movies. I like true Christmas movies, so like Jingle All the Way.
I was about to say, I don't think this qualifies as a Christmas movie.
No, it is. It's Violent Night. It's set during. That's all it should be, right? But women, I said it. Women want Christmas movies to just be rom-coms. No,
abort.
Let it be violent, action-packed films. So this is mine.
Just watch Die Hard. Die Hard's the best Christmas movie of all time.
We got to watch a new one every year, so I got to bring a new one in.
Die Hard.
So
2.
this is the one I'm gonna bring in for this year.
Ingenious.
Along with like Elf. I love Elf. She won't watch Elf though.
Okay, stop smiling. Stop smiling so I can do the obituaries.
Oh
no, hold on. I'm doing the anime. Don't skip the anime. You always want to skip the anime.
Because you know what, you right.
Watch anime. All right, so we gotta
actually talk about people dying, then talk about
So the Star Wars Vision, the Ninth Jedi, is out now. I think it's all the episodes out now on Disney Plus. We talked about the Gundam film earlier, coming to Netflix August 31st. And then there's also a Kaiju number 8 short series for Narumi. It's like what, 4 episodes. It's 4 episodes. And that comes out September 5th. And yeah, now you're not skipping my anime, man.
In memoriam.
Thank you. for that. Mary Rivera sadly passed away at the age of 82. She played Ned Leeds' Lola in Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah,
Sure,
rest in
the name
peace.
was familiar. Was she from something else, or does she just have a name like? Because it said that, and I was like, thought she was in
I can't
other stuff.
recall.
But anyway, okay.
And what's the name? A legendary French.
I was gonna say what else she was in.
Oh, what else is she in?
I mean, nothing like big.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, nothing that you would have seen. She's like an extra in
Okay,
a couple
my
things.
mistake.
Yeah.
A legendary French DJ Kavinsky has been found dead at age 50.
was
He is best known for
crazy.
Night Call from the movie Drive with Ryan Gosling.
Mhm.
He's also one of the figureheads of the synthwave music genre,
Yeah.
which is what I into heavily. Yeah, this is pretty sad.
Kavinsky was like when I was listening to a lot of like Infected Mushroom and Daft Punk at a certain time of my life, and Kavinsky was like somebody that I discovered during that time, and I was like,
Mm.
yeah, it was just crazy. He was only 50 something too, which was what it was like.
Yes, yeah.
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 Yeah, he's got some incredible soundtracks, so they'll live on.
All right.
All right, that brings us to our main topic, Spider-Man Brand New Day. We've all had many opinions that we've been itching to share. So let's start with everyone's rating first, and then we'll get into opinions without spoilers in the beginning, and then we'll get into spoilers after.
So man,
We need a tag.
Sounds
Sam, have you made any graphics for like
No, I don't
Hell,
do none of that.
we need a spoiler tag to
I
like
don't do none of that.
We need to hire Samsung's lady for graphics, anything artistic. Otherwise,
can't
what you
afford
see
her.
here is what
you can
probably right.
afford a Canva subscription.
No, and we respect artists, so we don't use Canva.
What
How do you
can
think
what's
we
her
have the assets that we have?
what's
I
her
paid
rate if she
someone.
only uses
It's still like
Um,
$45 an hour. She not.
Oh hell no! All right,
It's probably 55.
what'd you rate?
we need to pay her
What did
more.
you
Oh,
rate
look.
Brand New Day?
Sorry, my mom gave it an 8 out of 10. Sorry, that's my mom in there.
Hey,
Shaughnessy.
Solid.
I've been using
Yeah.
For me,
offensive language. I do apologize.
It's fine. She old enough. I gave it. For
not
me,
what
it's
I'm
like a
worried about.
9 or 10 out of 10. I've really loved it.
Okay, O'Shaughnessy.
Being put on the spot. Yeah, when I walked out of the theater, I think I gave it like a solid 8, 9. Looking back, yeah, somewhere between a 9 and a 10. It's up there tied for first, if not first, then a very close second.
Might be better
Gotcha.
than Raimi's Spider-Man 2 for real.
I need to go back and watch that. I can't remember if I'm like romanticizing that movie, like where I think the more important question, which we talked about a lot already, is like where this falls in the pantheon of Spider-Man movies. Man, it's definitely right up there. I think I'm still a bigger sucker for No Way Home, and then this falls right after it, and it's like either this or Spider-Man 2 with Tobey Maguire are like neck and neck. So yeah, somewhere between like I'll say like a 9.2, 9.3.
Yeah. So for me, I gave it about a flat 9. I loved it. I still put Spider-Man 2 above it because there are a lot of things that Spider-Man 2 does flawlessly, from the villain that it chooses to the cinematography to the story to the balance of Peter Parker's life with him just trying to be a regular guy and maintain relationships. Brand New Day does that as well, but I like the way Spider-Man 2 did it more. And as you guys know, I like spectacle, and there has never been a fight as Spider-Man in live action that was better than the train fight with Doc Ock, in my opinion.
Yeah, iconic.
Okay.
Speaking of villains,
Hold on, wait. Were you about?
Oh,
all
okay.
right. All right. So now that was opinion. There's already.
Hold on, Samson. What did you
Nah.
like in a very general way? Okay,
Nah, 'cause
let's
he
get the
already
spoilers.
about to start.
So
Yeah, we
those who
get-
haven't seen it,
Yeah, we're about to get into spoilers. So if you haven't seen the film,
I wasn't gonna say names. I was just gonna
It don't
say
matter.
broadly
Sure.
speaking. All I was about to say was that the villains in the Holland trilogy, somebody pointed out, they were like they knocked it out of the park with all
I
the
agree.
villains in these Holland movies have been.
but also I don't
I
want to
have
have
one
to
gripe,
talk around
but-
things. I just want to just go
Yeah.
in. And
All right,
Justin
all right,
already
all right.
spoiled it
Right.
earlier anyway. So he did it twice. I just didn't point out the second time. All right, so if you
Whatever.
haven't seen the film, this is where you cut off the this series or cut off this episode. Check us out next week.
Dumbledore dies.
Wherever. Yeah.
Dumbledore's gay. Spoiler alert.
All right, so boom. Spoiler. All right, now we get into our true opinions. All right, so who wants to start?
All right, let's go. I feel like my opinions might be counter to a lot of you guys's, so I'll let you guys go first.
All right.
Marvel hates redheads. It's obvious. If you watch, no, I'm just kidding.
You want to go first, Chauncey?
I feel like I'm gonna have the least important stuff to say, but
all right.
my commentary. My commentary.
Sam's at the mouth to get his opinions out.
I'm just trying to be respectful. Let my friends.
I feel like
first.
you should go. I feel like I'm gonna have more to say based off of what you say.
All right, so 9 or 10 for me. I really love the film. I loved how the villain was done. That Steve Lacy spoiled for me. Steve Lacy, I love your music, but why would you do that, man?
That was so funny. I watched that interview after
so
the movie. I'm so glad I did not watch that before I saw the movie.
Son, it was like, I don't know why I clicked it. It was like 4:30 a.m. I woke up getting ready for work. I was like, what's Steve Lacy talking about? Watch it. Yeah, Jean Grey's my favorite character.
He didn't know. He didn't know what he was talking about. That was somebody that was just like,
son.
Like, didn't they feel like that they just did not take their coffee that morning? Like,
I was like, there's no way.
Out of it.
I saw it. I was like, this can't be true. And then I'm sitting in the theater, spoiled the entire thing. But I love the way the villain was done. I love that it was Jean, and I love how they did it. Because if you don't know, Jean's an Omega level mutant, specifically with telepathy. We talked about this before. And they kind of nerfed her, but they did it in a great way because they do it where her sister shows her how to use her power. Right. I had to check. I knew she had a sister. I didn't know her sister had immutability, but she does in one of the comics. So I was like, all right, that's cool. So her sister shows how to use her power, and her sister had to like be within 33 feet of someone to jump between them, which is the only reason that
comic accurate too.
No, I didn't check that, or I didn't check that.
It's I'll get into it after Sam's opinion, but it's not accurate. We're taking it from a different character.
Okay. I just assume like Jean's sister was like a low level telepath though, so she could do that stuff. So I was like, all right, that's great, right? Because now it makes sense that Jean doesn't just immediately take over everyone's brain and like do whatever she wants. So I loved all that. I loved
Charles.
Right. I loved how like, once she like got set off, it was like this. Yeah, nah, we're not going for it. Then she unlocks her telekinesis. Now she's freezing within a kilometer. All that, and people are like lost. Like it was that part was really good, and her motives were really good. Also, that her sister had died, and like the last image that she sent to her was like the vent, and that's why she's looking for VMAX. And they're like, "What are you talking about? No one knows what that is."
I thought that was a cool little non-MacGuffin. Like you thought it was going to be the MacGuffin, but then you see it and you're like, oh, wow, that was just like and
it was so little, and it set her off. I was like, all right, that's beautiful. I love the I love like that. So this movie, it's like 5 years from the events of No Way Home, right? So you get like a B-roll of like Spider-Man just being Spider-Man and taking care of the city. You know, this is why the city loves him. And I love that. I love how they did it. It doesn't feel like too much, right? So they pack a bunch of villains in, but you don't need to like these aren't important villains. They're like street level villains, like someone Spider-Man would take care of easily any day. So I love that. I love that. I love the like conflict within Spider-Man. Like he had to grow. He had to learn how to open up and become friends with people. Like you can't just live alone, right? It's not healthy for you to do that. Even while he was
definitely hung up on that,
right? And he thought he had a connection, right, with the detective until she's like, you don't even know my kids' names, and you talk to me every day. We don't actually have a connection. This is this is just work. Like you need to build true connections. So I love that. That's what they did. I know Just Random wants to talk about the inhibitor that Spider-Man made. That was a great touch. And it makes sense that Hulk is also in the film because Spider-Man gets a tech based off what Hulk was doing. I love that. Uh, I love like Hulk's like Savage Hulk's portrayal. Like that made great. Go get him. It makes sense that he's here. Also, they do a nod to like so in the comics, Hulk doesn't forget Peter. So everyone else forgets Peter, but Hulk never forgets. But in the MCU, it's hard to show that because realistically, Peter and Hulk are only together for like the end game times. So we would
Yeah,
have to
the fight.
assume basically it's the fight. So we have to assume that after the fight they hang out a little bit and they hang out at the funeral, right? And they get to know each other. If that's all off screen, it makes sense that when they wrote it, they were like, all right, let's just allude to this. And I think they do a lot of alluding to a lot of things in the film. Like for instance, the whole like muscle memory between the handshakes. I think that's just they're alluding to like, oh, maybe Ned does remember. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe it's just muscle memory. Even with like MJ sitting on the roof of the school and holding her necklace. Oh, maybe she does remember Peter. Or maybe it's just this thing is sentimental to her. She doesn't know why, but she knows it exists. All right. And I think that's the route that I'm going. And I like how it's like vague. So when like the Hulk is like about to kill Peter and he's like, it's me, it's Peter. He doesn't say Hulk remembers you. He just looks at him, looks at himself, is like, oh, what am I doing? And then leaves. So I love how that is done. I really appreciated that. And I love Punisher. To me, I know we talked about this in our chat. Punisher wasn't like just like a comic relief to me. Like he's funny, but he's also very much Punisher. This is like my favorite portrayal that John Berthal has done of Punisher because he's like he's just being real. He's being himself. He's healed from all his like past trauma, and he's trying to just be a decent dude. Like, yo, you're a kid, man. I'm just helping you out. And then here he comes with a gun trying to shoot at the Hulk, which is hilarious because like, yo, what are you doing? This is not working. You don't actually need to be here. But he's not playing like he's serious. And like the scene where like he's shooting up at the Hulk and he's screaming, very Punisher-esque, and then Peter's like pulling him out of the way so he doesn't die. It's like very funny, but it's not like punching down type of funny. Like I think for Ant-Man, they like punch down at Ant-Man. He's like the butt of the joke. Here, it's not that Punisher's the butt of the joke. It's just like this is just a very funny thing that you're doing because you're not helpful in this moment. And I appreciate you being here, but you really gotta go. You could die. You can't just shoot your way out of this. What else? I touched on everything. Uh, yeah, I think I touched on everything. Oh, and another thing that was good to me. As soon as Peter felt like someone was trying to get close, he'd immediately push him away. So he saw that girl in the hallway, and she was like, "Oh, what's your name?" Hey, and he immediately moved. Like, let's not. I don't need to be close to nobody.
Gotcha.
Hey, you
So
got to
I
read
love
the commentary in the chat right now.
I'm not reading my mom's whole note.
What?
I was saying, bro, I
It's a
read
very
it
long
and I'm
note.
like, you need to more
It's a-
because she knows
She needs
ball.
to get on this podcast. Yeah.
No, don't
That
encourage her because she
was,
will be over here trying to get on the podcast. No.
She got some solid takes. I'm
Yeah,
just saying.
the Iron Man suit portrayal. I think that was everybody's biggest critique of the Endgame
original,
Hulk
yeah.
was that it was just Mark Ruffalo's CGI head on like a giant thing.
I
But
never understood that whole like he's afraid now, like Thanos gave him trauma. I didn't really like how
that's
that.
what they needed to do because if they, dude, the MCU has always been afraid of using the Hulk, and
Which I
even
never
in
understood
this
why.
movie, because
Nah, what they? I'm sorry, what were you saying?
I'm
What Sean was saying?
my read on it is the Hulk always, like, if you look into those, like, who would win in this fight scenario, it's always like the Hulk, because as soon as he gets as
Yeah.
mad that as he needs to get, then he wins. So they've kind of like neutered him a bit in that way. Like he's not that character in this. Like he can get knocked out. Like Thor can knock him out, Thanos can knock him out, because otherwise he's just an unstoppable force. So
I would have rather
they've
him
always
be,
neutered him.
Still, I would have rather him
Even
be
in this movie.
unstoppable. No, this movie I don't think
Yeah,
they neutered him, and we talked about that because Justin was like, man,
I
like
I
why
think
is
they
he?
kind of did.
I don't think they did because even like he's like being held back by a bunch of buildings, he still moves, right? He like it pushes it back for a second, and then he's like, nah. He like flexes, and then still comes up, grabs Peter, and starts punching him. with this stuff
He
still on him. I don't think he's like held back.
It would have been a way more of a fight had he not, in the end, recognized Peter, through the mask or whatever ended up happening. But
yeah, I don't personally think that's muting. The Hawk's not like a bad guy. It's just, he's in his rage.
I gotta rewatch this.
Yeah, I might go back.
I gotta
and
rewatch
watch
this scene. Like, is it a matter of him not being able to hold up the rubble, or is it a matter of the floor being so slippery that his feet can't get purchase enough?
Well,
and
remember the
rubble
last thing that
is
happens?
never
He just
gonna-
lets go.
He lets go.
Yeah, I know that. But my concern was that there was a scene where like he was standing there and it looked like the rubble was too much for him, and I'm like, this is the Hulk. He is the very embodiment of strength. Why is this being a problem for him?
I don't think it was. I think it was just for a second, and then he realizes, oh, I don't think he realized he had all this stuff on him. And then once he does, he immediately walks forward and still gets to Peter. He's still fast enough to get to Peter with all that stuff on his back. Also, sorry, to answer your question, I didn't say immutable. I said mutant ability. So Jean's sister in one of the comics does have a mutant ability. She does die in the comics also.
A mutant ability.
Yeah, she has a mutant ability. She's like a low-level telepath.
All right.
Yeah. So what I liked about the movie. So first thing that stood out to me was the music. There's a song that plays in the beginning during the opening montage with the villains. It's called "Wolf Like Me." I forgot the name of the band, but I remember hearing this back in like at some point like back in the day. And when I heard that shit again, it made me realize that is like a quintessential Spider-Man song, and that it deals with like the balance of like who he is by day, who he is by night. And then it has that same kind of like that twangy guitar riff that you associate with like those 90s cartoon opening themes, which was just genius. I liked the cinematography. This is one of the most beautifully shot Marvel films I've seen in a long time that wasn't so overly dependent on CGI. The one thing that pisses me off so much about these Marvel films is that you can tell that they just got a bunch of people or one person in front of a green screen and then just superimpose them all together on screen using Photoshop. And it always looks terrible. This one had on-set locations. This one had lighting. Another thing about the CGI, the bad CGI,
they weren't in New York though. They filmed it in the UK. For those that don't know.
Oh, I'm gonna get into that. I got you on that. But it's like they actually went to a location, like an actual like.
It wasn't a studio in
it wasn't just
LA.
a studio. Yeah. And like the one thing I loved about the cinematography is that it was imperfect. So with the CGI stuff is that everything is so perfectly lit that you can't tell what certain light sources are. You don't know what's coming from. Little things like lens flares or like dust in the air or like little things that we see in day-to-day life that we don't even notice, but we realize are important in cinematography. That existed in this Spider-Man film, and I appreciated that so much. And it put me more in the scene as opposed to CGI when we realized that nothing really has gravity, weight, place, like spatial distance or anything like that. It's just like, oh, here are the characters, here's the colors, indulge in it. I really like the villain. I like Jean Grey a lot. I'm a bit concerned with what her story is going to be because in comics and in television and in like animated TV, Jean Grey is usually depicted as the goody two shoes of the team. She's the one who always cares about humanity, cares about people, cares about mutants, everything. And she's trying to save as many lives as possible. In this, she throws an old man in front of a taxi. She also turns a grandmother into a suicide bomber. Like, I'm not saying she can't be redeemed.
True villain.
What we didn't know was that she really needed Charles's tutelage because without
maybe that's what it was.
She is a mass murdering hobo without Charles
like,
Xavier.
Maybe we didn't know like Charles is really a great teacher.
Yeah, like that's the thing. He should be teaching how to use her powers, not how to not be a sociopath.
Yeah.
Because like I get it. She's trying to save her sister. But what do all these innocent people have to do with that along the way? Like, why are you putting a grandma in a tank and you having her use a Gatling gun in the middle of Times Square?
I do feel like that was a bit of like a oversight that they just did for shock factor. Was just like, oh, why is like there's a grandma in here? Whereas they could have just used anybody like that. That could have just
that is anybody. This whoever Jean was next to at the time.
They literally did that for like the next 20 minutes. Ahead, but yeah, I would have appreciated if she had used unreputable characters. Like, oh, this guy is a piece of
I
shit,
thought
so
it
I
was
took him
hilarious.
over, and
But that's the thing. It's like I would have liked if there was a scene, like let's say there was a standoff with like damage control and the NYPD. And in that scene, we don't notice it at first, but when she's going at damage control, she's just decimating them. She's just ruthless as shit. She's snapping necks. She's making people shoot each other with her telepathy. But then when it comes to just like the regular NYPD who have nothing to do with her sister, she's just like flinging them away, or like just trying to like put like just
they just
get them
weren't
out
thinking
of the
about it. It
situation.
wasn't that deep. Yeah.
Yeah. And like now this is a big discourse online of like, oh, is Jean Grey now Lizzie Borden? And like I know she's for redemption in the long run because we've seen like characters like Loki come back from creating 9/11s during the attack on New York. But like it's a very interesting place for her to start. And that's one thing I actually did enjoy, aside from like I felt like she went a little too far. I like that there were consequences in this movie. One of the most pivotal aspects of Spider-Man is great power, great responsibility. And anytime someone demonstrated a great power here, they're now going to have to deal with the long-term ramifications of Spider-Man essentially is going to create oppression for the mutants. Like he created an inhibitor chip that you can now trace a direct line from that creation all the way to Days of Future Past in the future where there is like an entire empire ruling over mankind. And I will not be surprised if one day Spider-Man wakes up because the spider sense is going off and there is a large geriatric grandchild named Cable with a large gun pointed directly at his forehead because he has to take out Spider-Man to stop everything that's going to happen to mutant kind. And when it comes to Jean Grey,
Deep cut.
That's no. That's the plot of Terminator.
but that's Cable is Terminator.
Cable is a Terminator. Yeah.
In the 80s, it was Arnold. And then with Jean Grey, like I said, I love her as a character, but she gave anti-mutant people a lot of stuff to go off of. Like,
but I mean, maybe that was the more important thing for this movie to do than making Jean the goody two shoes, like keeping her character intact. They maybe there's a plan to use her in a different way, because like admittedly in the first couple movies, the first couple X-Men movies, I should say, X-Men 1 and 2, she was just kind of like Logan's love interest with telepathic powers. Now she's definitely got a backstory, you know what I mean? Like in a way that she would not have otherwise.
I mean, she could be the like damage control starts to work with Stryker and all these people. Like Stryker was there in New York and got frozen by Jean. Realizes the danger that mutants pose.
Yeah,
that could be. It's a
but
good intro to the X-Men and Sentinels and all that.
That was Justin was just saying. I mean, maybe that is
I love
what they're trying to do. Is like
he was saying
X-Men a threat.
He was saying Cable Terminator movie.
That's
Cable,
future.
If Cable wants to save the future of mankind, he has to go back and shoot Spider-Man. And it's gonna be like that Wesley Snipes gif where he's holding the gun and the tears coming down his eye. He got to do Spidey in.
Sorry, I'm triggered for X-Men 97 where they just killed Apocalypse. I don't care. I'm spoiling that. They just killed Apocalypse in one episode, and like, what are we doing? That's what Cable's supposed to be doing. He's supposed to be fighting Apocalypse. Sorry.
Yeah, to wrap it all up, I love the consequences of it because that was my biggest gripe with Fantastic Four, where everything got wrapped up with a neat, tidy bow. When you have such flawed characters like Reed Richards, who sometimes choose his own family or choose science over ethnics, like all kind of crazy stuff like that. I really liked the dynamic between Punisher and Spider-Man. Kind of gave off the vibe of like liberal Gen Z nephew and conservative boomer uncle who was obsessed with the Second Amendment, and just the way they would argue felt so very New York, where like the hand gestures and the aggression.
Yeah,
and
that was a good scene.
Each other. The few gripes that I had, I didn't like. Don't get me wrong. In this movie, I think Ned and MJ gave in fantastic performances. Zendaya specifically has to be given a shout out for that scene on the rooftop when she was being possessed by Jean. How she went from like making us believe that all of her memories came back, and then she shifted into the evilness of Jean and just like the facial expressions and all of it. And like even the scene where she's falling off the rooftop and she's like smirking up at Peter, and then MJ's consciousness comes back and she just like snaps into it. Like that was
Yeah.
just all phenomenal. However, I
Yeah.
did very much want this to be more of a brand new day for Spider-Man. Like I didn't want to like I wanted like a new stories. I wanted him to have his own villains. And we still don't have that for him. Like Jean Grey was a great antagonist, but another thing about Spider-Man is that
he beat
who?
Hammerhead.
He had
He beat Scorpion. He beat that other
they
guy.
all got knocked out in a montage. Like it was just
It was a montage,
cool. Like
but that was the first half of the movie. He spent fighting Scorpion for the first 30, 45 minutes.
Great fight.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah,
it
was awesome.
It's like I love that. Like the Scorpion looked great. Mysterio, to your point, was fantastically designed. So as was what's the name, the Vulture. But he doesn't have a personal villain yet, and that's critical to the character of Spider-Man. To where like Norman Osborn is not only his mentor but his best friend's dad. Doc Ock can either be like his own teacher or just somebody he deeply admires from the scientific field. Eddie Brock is a rival photographer at Daily Bugle. I wanted more of that, and that's the only reason I didn't give it a full 10. Otherwise, it's a phenomenal movie.
Also, and you mentioned the Zendaya's acting. I think everyone that like got taken over by Jean, even like the extras, it felt like somebody was like, "All right, now act like a woman here." And, like I could tell
that scene with the Punisher was so funny. That was one of the highlights of the movie.
Good luck with that.
It's like he grabs the thing, he's like, just like the head tilt.
Right, like it's like very clearly a woman in their body. Like I love that. Even like when the black dude walked up to him, it was like, "Oh, you can't see me anymore." Like I loved all that. Like it was really well done. So I just want to throw that in there.
O'Shaughnessy, your thoughts?
You guys have said a lot of it already. I think I'll just add that I appreciate what I was saying earlier, that this just was another continuation in a series of good villains for these Holland Spider-Man movies. Like we started with Michael Keaton as villain number one, and then
he's really good.
You get Jake Gyllenhaal in 2, and I have my issues with that movie. That wasn't my favorite of the trilogy, but like he was like they pulled off Mysterio, you know, like really in a good movie. How did they do that? But they did it, and Jake Gyllenhaal was very good in that movie. And then in the last one, like one of my favorite, I'm not even like hyping it up, one of my favorite line deliveries in the MCU to date was when Willem Dafoe was like, "Norman's on sabbatical," and it's like that was fucking so good. It was just such a good callback to like everything, and it was just a ton of good villains in that movie. And then this was, I think, a continuation of that, and then maybe setting up for the next. So just big call out to like Spider-Man movies having really good villains. I actually will say the CGI was one of the weak points to me. That it started out to me where I was like, is this going to be a problem? Like with the first couple scenes where he's up on the building and then he like leaps off, and it's like a very CGI'd New York cityscape below him. And I was like, like that took a couple like points off for me at the beginning of the movie. And then it picked up from there. I will say the scene where it goes into first person with him swinging through the city definitely made up some lost ground. Like that was actually really cool and funny, and well done. Visually I liked it outside of that first intro part, but that first intro part I did feel like was rough. And the Hulk, did you guys notice this was the first time we've seen the Hulk like transform since when's the last time we saw him transform on screen? I feel like they did that on purpose. That was cool. I liked that. I appreciated that.
No, we didn't even see him transform in the Avengers.
You did.
No, we did.
When he said, "I'm always angry."
He falls down with Widow on the helicarrier.
That was
fall down beneath the helicarrier.
You see the like full transformation when he's like, "I'm always angry, Cap," and then he turns around and he's like,
"No. I thought you were talking about Infinity War."
No, First Avengers.
First Avengers is the first time that you see, first and last time you see him transform.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Avengers Infinity War. That's what I meant. No, sorry, we agree. Never mind.
Yeah, when he transforms in Age of Ultron, it happens 2 times. It's when Scarlet Witch possesses him and he just emerges with like the red all in his eyes. And then it was also when Black Widow's like she gives him a kiss and she says, "I adore you," and then she shoves him into the pit and says, "Yeah, but we need the other guy," and then he jumps out as
Right.
Hulk. So we don't really see the body horror
No, I know.
werewolf
Yeah, no,
transformation.
I agree with y'all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Punisher bit, I think we were talking about this, and we could, agree to disagree here, but I think I agree with Sam. They didn't punch down at Punisher, but I do feel like he was used a bit too comically, in my opinion. Like he just was very much a creature of like trauma and like the character is what his past is. Like that's just what Frank Castle is. And I just feel like he got used in a very jokey way a little bit too much. I appreciated the moments where it really came out, like where when MJ went up and she was like looking at the mural of pictures in his little like coffee cup drawer, and he was like, "Don't touch that, don't look at that." I was like, "That's it. Like that's Frank Castle. That's like the Punisher." But it was very often he was just somebody very different, and I don't know. Maybe I need to go back and watch it again. But while I was sitting there, I was like, it felt like it was towing a line of like comedic, just being comedic for the sake of like, oh, look, we're making the Punisher do this silly stuff. And especially what put it over to me was that last scene in the hospital where he put on the mask, and it was just very touching and endearing, and it was very sweet, and it was like so out of character, and that was what made that scene so impactful. But that to me, that was just like it was too far. It was just too far out of character for me, where I would have liked to have seen him. I would have liked to have seen that scene interpreted in a different way.
Also, before I forget, they actually cut a scene with Rosario Dawson in it. So,
Well, black people gone.
so in the hospital, Rosario Dawson's character, like Punisher, takes Peter to Rosario Dawson's character. I'm assuming, and she's the reason why no one knows that Peter Parker is Spider-Man. Like she helps keep his identity secret, but they cut that scene out. Which I don't think it was needed, but also it would have been good to see.
I think that would have been a cool cameo that would have just been like an easy.
Yeah, but it doesn't add anything. It's like it's cool for us, like we're fans.
It also would have. I was also surprised that when he went into the like there was no mention of Daredevil at all. And
yeah, because he was supposed to be the Lord.
I
mean, he was his
like
lawyer in the last one.
There could have been a nod, like a little nod to it. I think would have been a cute little thing that they could have thrown in there because, I was a little disappointed that wasn't even like, oh, like you've run into this person before and like he's an acquaintance of mine, kind of a thing. Just considering how much time Peter Parker and Frank Castle were like overlapping in this movie, which was a net positive to me. I'll say it again. Like I loved how much the Punisher was in this movie. It seemed like it was just going to be a quick little cameo thing, but he actually ended up being a major part of the movie. And I love that. But yeah. And then, where the hell's Happy Hogan? Like, why was Happy not even mentioned in the movie?
Leave his ass behind.
What's Happy doing?
But also, he doesn't remember.
Where's Favreau?
Where's Favreau? Peter. He doesn't remember him.
Yeah.
I guess.
Personally, I think the more we can leave a lot of Spider-Man's former characters behind, the better. What I want to see in the next one is he's got to have his own personal villain. And I think if you want to maintain the streak of Spider-Man easily making $2 billion at the box office, you bring in Venom. Like, for all the Venom movies were terrible, he has instant rank name recognition. People want to see Tom Holland as Venom. Tom Holland as Spider-Man go up against Venom. Also, we want to see Tom Holland adorn the symbiote suit. And it's very easy to make that transition because the next 2 films are going to be Doomsday and Secret Wars. In comics, Spider-Man gets the Venom symbiote from the fusion of worlds during Secret Wars in Battle World. So just have Tom Holland appear in Secret Wars, have him get the Venom symbiote, bring it back into this new universe, and then just tell the Eddie Brock story. Have Eddie Brock
Yeah,
either be a photographer at the Daily Bugle because Spider-Man needs a job. I don't know how he got that attic apartment living in New York City. I don't care what anyone says if it was given to him. It's New York. That shit would cost at minimum $2,200 a month. But
just storage space.
storage space in New York costs a closet at minimum $1,500. Ain't no way in hell he got this big ass. I wouldn't say a big ass apartment, but just studio attic or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
It's insane that he just has no mention of a job. But yeah, I want to see
Oh
him
no,
get
no,
a
no.
job at the Daily
Hold on,
Bugle,
Ma.
or you.
No, John Berthal is probably the best person ever cast as Punisher. I don't think you get better than him.
But I was like you're saying, either have him be like a rival at Peter's new job, or just have him be like a new person that MJ is dating.
I think that's Spider-Man. What was this 4?
This is 4. Yes.
All right, I think what you're describing is 6. Because I think after he gets the symbiote in Secret Wars, which I hope is how they do it, then Spider-Man 5, I hope is just a random villain, and then the symbiote suit is kind of like messing with him, and he's like, doing too much. And Eddie Brock is introduced in that movie, but we don't get Spider-Man versus Venom until the next movie. I would hope he's fighting. I don't know. Maybe Kingpin hires somebody, and Spider-Man is fighting him.
I think in the next 2 movies we're going to get.
Maybe he fights Craven. I wouldn't mind that.
I don't know that there's going to be enough time between that movie and another one. You need a long thing to put that in the rearview mirror. That movie that came out. I would expect the next 2 movies to be Venom and Miles Morales. They're gonna find a way to? So maybe Miles Morales gets introduced.
They already have a way to introduce Miles. They already have a way to bring him in. Tom Holland said it.
Prowler.
Wait, Tom Holland that too, but Tom Holland said it. They already have it planned for when it's time to bring in Miles.
Well,
it'd be cool. Another way you can make a lot of money: have Spider-Man go up against Prowler, Donald Glover, Tom Holland, top billing. Throw in Black Cat there as well.
Not be
Black Cat.
Yes.
Sydney Sweeney. Just saying, she's available. She's not playing Emma Frost.
She can act.
Okay.
Chase Infinity.
Okay.
Tom Holland doesn't like non-black women, so let's get Chase Infinity. We've seen as soon as the white girl said, "Hey," he said, "I gotta move. I can't. I need more melanin." So we need Chase Infinity as Black Cat.
Yeah, but no, there's a lot of different ways you can go. Venom is one. I think that if you're gonna have another trilogy, actually no, it'd be kind of retreading old ground if you made Green Goblin or Hobgoblin the ultimate arch nemesis, because that's who Spider-Man's arch nemesis essentially is. It's Green Goblin.
Wasn't there a lot of speculation that Ned was going to be Hobgoblin because he has got the magic thing now?
No, but Ned is also.
I love.
Go ahead, my bad.
I love Ned. I do. I don't see him playing that role.
No, I don't think he can.
But he's also Ned is also Miles Morales' best friend. So I think you don't need to do that. Just leave him as like his friend. I think I'm trying to. I would like Craven. This is my Spider-Man 5 fan thing. Craven versus Spider-Man, and Spider-Man has a Venom suit because he can't actually handle Craven, and then he kind of goes out of control. He finally gets rid of it, and then Spider-Man 6, we get Spider-Man versus Venom, and then maybe a little Carnage thrown in there for kicks, and then maybe 7.
Yeah, best thing it's
Spider-Man and Venom versus Null, just cause.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's like, I mean, yeah, that would be another way to make $1 billion. But that's the thing. It's like with all the Spider-Man movies we've gotten, they've gone over all the major villains. Like they pretty much done the Sinister Six with the exception of Craven. But like Lizard, we've seen Carnage, we
got Craven. Just
no, that's what I'm saying. They could do. No, we're more. The Sony verse doesn't exist. They were like, yeah, we're not doing that again.
So
they could do like
appropriate
Morbius
tie-in
in Spider-Man.
Did y'all see the headline that Sony just announced they're done with the spinoffs? Did y'all talk about that before I came on? Oh, what? When did you say
I just said
I think it was an episode.
Oh,
no, but I literally just said it just now.
Just
Sony's done with the Sonyverse.
Okay. Well, yeah, that was just a thing that I just read. I don't know how I missed you just saying that, but yeah, I just
yes.
read that headline before I got on.
Yeah.
Ooh, there is one person we're not considering. Mr. Negative.
Oh yeah, that'd be good.
Who a
Yeah.
lot of people
You can
thought
get a
was going to be the villain in this movie.
Yeah.
because he did it. Actually, yeah. You can get Steven Yeun because Steven Yeun was originally going to be Sentry, but he had to drop out for another obligation. But yeah, make Steven Yeun be Mr. Negative, and yeah, there we go.
I
Yeah,
think the
that'd be
Venom
Um,
thing is the
good.
way to
Ooh,
go.
and we intro Cloak and Dagger with Mr. Negative.
No, stop using Spider-Man to launch other people. Give him his own damn.
Yeah. Well, it was a solid movie. Clearly, everybody else agrees because it's about to make $2 billion in 2 weeks, and it's going
Yeah,
to be
that's
a
crazy.
good ramp up to Doomsday. I think people are now going to be more interested in. I mean, even just amongst our own friends who are like not even really the MCU thing, like it's making the rounds, like it's making the conversation happen again, which is what I think Disney needed.
Yeah.
Because if this movie had launched to like complete mediocrity and just like, yep, it's another MCU movie, but I think this Spider-Man movie could not have happened at a better time. I don't know if this like was planned, but I think it ended up being perfect because Fantastic Four being just kind of like what it was, they needed
mediocre.
this to like be the off ramp to, you know, trying to get people to care about their first $3 billion movie.
Yeah, my last point I'll make that I agree with you. I think it very much helps the MCU. Like this is a grand slam that the MCU needed. I do think, however, that Doomsday is still in a bit of trouble because you have the MCU and then you have Spider-Man. The same way DC has the DCU and then it has Batman. So it's like they exist on two vastly different tiers because they are instantly recognizable IPs and probably some of the most popular characters of all time. So I do think this does build a lot more faith to go into Doomsday, but I still think that in some way we should treat Doomsday as a different entity, and it still very much is at risk.
Don't
Like,
disagree.
Yeah, so it's like, what happens if Doomsday doesn't make as much as Spider-Man? Then it's like, yeah, we know we're going to show up for Spider-Man in the future, or we know we're excited for Spider-Man, what he has coming next. But in regards to the greater MCU, what then happens? Because you will never have Spider-Man fatigue. Even like the Amazing Spider-Man films, which were very much not as critically acclaimed as the other films that we've mentioned, it still made like 700, $800 million at the box office without any sort of trying, because it's just
That's
Spider-Man.
also
The same thing with
before
Batman.
COVID as well. It's before COVID.
Before COVID, yes, but also the same thing happens with Batman, with the Batman. Like an entirely new IP, new actor that everyone was roasting, saying, "Oh, hey, the vampire dude from Twilight." Doesn't matter. It's Batman, 800 million without trying. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Doomsday still, because it just doesn't have that same excitement surrounding it as I've seen for Spider-Man.
700 million, by the way, for the Batman.
Did you know that The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was known internationally as The Amazing Spider-Man 2 Rise of Electro? Because I didn't know that.
I did know.
I didn't either. It wasn't great though. All right,
Yeah, I was about to say that was immediately
yeah,
what
it
I
wasn't
looked up.
good.
I was like, how much money did that movie make? $700 million. So yeah.
Yeah.
All right, and my last thing is I feel like if we get Mr. Negative, we gotta get Cloak and Dagger. They literally have the same powers. I don't understand why we wouldn't have them show up at some point. All right, so
You know what? The more black people, the better. I support you.
they have the same powers. All right, so I'm watching Ted Lasso. I'm actually on season 3.
One
Really?
week. One week.
Not even a week. It took me 3 days to get to season 3. So I'm almost caught up. I love Ted Lasso. Such a feel good show. It's very cute. I see watch Sean's favorite show.
I just picture Sam like a 4-hour binge of Ted Lasso deep, and he's just like that, like
Yes,
scene from Zoolander where they're fighting at the gas station. They're just like,
He's all tucked in with his blanket.
That's literally. I was laid down. I was like, "Oh, I love this. It's so nice." My wife was like, "Hey, you want to watch Linus?" Nah, I'm not really feeling that right now. I'm trying to watch this. I'm watching this right now.
That's some feel good soccer vibe.
That's
Also,
not the vibe.
new season of Linus is out. I do want to watch it, but I can't right now because I'm on the Ted Lasso. And I'm gonna watch Visions,
So funny.
the new season of Star Wars Visions. I'm very excited for that. And you know what movies I've been seeing? I'm probably going to go see Spider Man again. And then I do have an issue with X-Men '97. It's like it's not good. So
They need to wrap it up.
yeah, it's like they rushed through everything Bo DeMayo did. It just really makes me mad. So I can't. I don't even want to watch this last episode. I saw a clip from it. I'm mad.
Such a shame. The first one was so good.
It's so good.
but
Like,
it almost just felt like it just should have kind of like wrapped. Just
Yeah,
been, like, let it be.
I was talking to T Stare. He didn't realize he was watching the first season. He was like, "Yeah, it's really good." I was like, "Because he started talking about Storm getting her powers back." I was like, "That's all season 1, man." You're not even on the second
Brace
season.
for impact. Season 2.
Go.
It's season 1 is so good, and the first 3 episodes of season 2 are really good, and then it's like they just want to rush through it, and the storylines all fall flat. Like the way they get from A to B is like, what are we doing? And then you like kill Apocalypse, and Gambit does it. Like that never happens in the comics. Like you just doing anything at this point. I don't like that. So that's it. All right, what y'all watching, man?
I'm watching Ted Lasso season 4. First episode came out. Started playing Mina the Hollower. It's a like Soulsborne-esque roguelite game. Really enjoying that. It's probably gonna have me hooked for the next few weeks. Probably gonna last me at least until September when all the other games come out.
You playing it on your PC?
No, on PlayStation.
Okay. I'm just looking. Let me know what you think about that after a little bit, because I've heard that it's very good, but it's also hard and frustrating for being hard in some ways. So be curious what you think after a little bit.
Yeah, probably got like a few hours in it. I'm enjoying it so far, but yeah, to your point, it is pretty hard. Yeah, hopefully it holds me over till September because that's when like Wolverine comes out, Phantom Blade Zero, all that other good stuff. And then I'm also trying to get back on my One Piece vibe. Don't think I'm going to finish it by the end of the year like I made my New Year's resolution out to be, but I'm still on it, and hopefully I will catch up before 2047.
2047. Yeah. When you find out that the One Piece was the friends that you made along the way.
It's not. That's not what the One Piece.
It's gonna be it. It's gonna be it. I've said it. I've said it.
It is.
You owe me Theo's entire college tuition if I'm right, because it's gonna
right.
be it. It's gonna be the nakama that you made along the way.
It's a tangible.
If I get to the last book and I hear the words, "Let's use the power of friendship," I am.
It's
the
not
power of nakama. Yeah.
There's no power of friendship in One Piece. They be getting their asses whooped. It is hilarious. They just lose. It doesn't work like that.
Good news, guys. We've made a 2-hour episode.
I know. Go ahead, Elshad, see what you're watching so we can wrap this up so I can shout.
Yeah, we got to wrap it. Nicole and I have been watching House of the Dragon. First 3 episodes, I will say, I was like, I'm in. Like last season, I liked it for what it was, but I totally got why it wasn't everybody's thing. This season started, and I'm like, we're so back, and now we're on like episode 4 or 5, and I'm like, why are we still in Harrenhal? This witch is just trying to mess with all these Targaryens by having sex with them and making them have fever dreams. Can we just? I thought we were done with that. It's fallen off, and I think it's about to fall off more. Yep. And I'm just kind of like, what are we doing? It's got its moments, though. I will say that, like, you can still see that it is one of the best produced and funded things. Like the CGI, the dragons still look. I'm like, why can not all CGI look like this? Because this is just very good. And some of the acting and writing is still just like top of its class. But the story and the bits that you watch are just like I'm over it. I'm also still, my New Year's resolution was to catch up on all the events leading up to Secret Wars. I just finished the Secret Warriors comic, so all 28 of those, I think, issues.
Nice.
I am very unclear how that's going to tie into anything, but I was already like, by the time that I had talked to you about it, I was already like 23 issues in. So I was like, I need to wrap it. I'm now into the Shield portion, where Leonardo da Vinci is showing up, and I'm like, what the fuck is, but now I'm definitely starting to see, I'm like, there's some interdimensional shit going on. So
yeah, you took the Book of Genesis route.
Yeah, I'm like starting at I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna do it because I only got like 4 or 5 issues of this Shield, and then it goes into Fantastic Four stuff immediately.
That's when you get into like the meat of it, because then it really starts to come to fruition.
So I'm excited, and it's all Hickman, and I know Hickman, like my favorite. I should say my favorite. One of my only comic runs in Marvel was the Annihilation Saga, and it was just phenomenal. So I'm excited to get more from the same dude. So I'll let you know when I'm,
if you finish before Doomsday, we should do like an episode where we just go over the run leading up to it.
Yeah. I got a lot left to go. I'm still in that first like column where it's like, read this, then this, then this, then this, then this, then this. I'm still way over
the biblical
I'm still, yeah. Jesus has not been crucified yet in my timeline. So.
Oh, sorry.
You'll know what
since you mentioned comics, we forgot there's a lot happening in the Mortal Thor. The new issue was released last week.
I haven't been reading.
Foo spoiled it, so I won't spoil it.
Yeah. If I can make one comic recommendation, and then I promise I'll shut up. Read the current Storm book. She has been elevated to a full-blown goddess. And if you're into wacky, interdimensional, spiritual stuff involving like death and the cosmos and all kinds of stuff like that, which I really love in comic books.
If you're a cuck
her
for
book is
tall
incredible.
Black women, read that book.
I'm not a cuck, but I am a lover of them.
And I gotta call out, if we're talking about reading, I gotta call out Dungeon.
I love all Black women.
Sorry, you reading what now?
Completely unrelated to that, maybe the opposite of that. Dungeon Crawler Carl has been phenomenal. I'm reading it and listening to the audiobook. Dude, I'm telling you, make time for it. The audiobook is probably the best audiobook I've ever heard narrated. Like, this dude Jeff Hayes kills it. It's just a very good book, and it is, if you like solo leveling, you will love this book, because they are definitely the same exact thing, but this is just a Western version of solo leveling. It is so good though, dude. I'm telling you, it's very, very good.
Someone tried to sell it to me at Otakon. I just bought a different book. I bought like the Trials of Doug, because I like Greek mythology. It's like a play on.
Yeah, Dungeon Crawler Carl. If you just want to throw the audiobook on, I'm telling you, it's good. It's good times. Yeah. It's very, very well done. So I'm on the 3rd book of that now.
Okay. All right, and with that, y'all, thank you for sticking with us. Check us out on Twitch, which is what this is, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to your podcast. We'll be back next week, hopefully on Tuesday. And yeah, I'll get this uploaded soon. So, peace.
As soon as Just Ramblin' gives those names.
Yeah, I just need names.
Hold on hostage till we get a Magic the Gathering night.
All right, peace, y'all. Go watch Spider-Man if you have it.
Go see it.
Peace.